I'm muted, but now I'm not. Hi, everybody. And Kelsey's here, too. We're all here.
Hey,
Hi,
Kelsey.
buddy. Friends. Welcome to Letters to the Editor, our Second City Saviors Q&A.
Such a good name.
That is a really good name.
That is a really good name.
I thought of it all by myself.
Oh, did you?
No, I'm kidding. That was all Anita.
I knew it.
I had a feeling.
It did not have the noir stank that just ruminates in everything you touch.
Aren't we supposed to be on the same fucking
Going-
side right now?
No, actually, you're on
tonight.
opposite ends of the overlay and opposite ends in the Zoom call.
No, Bella knows what I'm talking about.
Not on the same side. Don't do this with me. We're not doing this today. This is different.
Sorry, do sides have to be drawn for something? Because
Rowan, don't
I can
do
do
this.
that.
Rowan, I swear to God, I will break up with you on stream. It's gonna
Oh my
be the whole
gosh.
thing.
Bet. Do it.
Damn, your car got.
It's okay. I got a chicken sandwich. I'm all good.
But is it the fillet, like the unbreaded one, or is it
Nah, it's spicy chicken.
is
Damn,
it
you ever
crunch?
It's crunch.
Crunch.
Crunchy spicy chicken.
No,
Best kind.
no. Mm.
Hello, everybody. This is Letters to the Editor. This is basically where you and the cast get to harass me with questions that I'm probably not gonna give you the answers to because fuck you all. So
Right.
that being said,
Cool.
how we want to do this?
I mean, do we
Damn.
I
want to
would
go
like to
through
Start.
introductions first? Who we are, who we play.
Oh
And-
shit, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I
smart.
love us presuming everyone knows. We're like, you know what's going on.
You know what's going
You know
on.
what it is.
You know.
Important enough, right?
I mean,
Oh my god, look at all the fucking crunch crew of the goddamn shit.
Fucking hate it here.
I've started a movement. Bella, Noah, I've started a movement.
You've started a pandemic. You've started the
I want to
worst.
know how Lydia feels about Gun Hammer because every time I see crunch crew, I just get angry.
Yeah, that's how we feel.
Good.
threatened by
Threatened
Noir
by
within
Noir.
5 minutes going live. Check.
Yo,
You need to
can
make a
somebody
bingo
make-
card, I think.
I was just about to be like, can somebody make a noir bingo card?
I love that. I might do that. That's actually
A
very
critical
funny.
Mrs. Bingo card. The free space is Anita's muted coming into the stream.
Yeah.
Check
Alright.
one for not introducing yourselves until half an hour in.
Yeah, that's the morning ritual bingo card, which is slightly
Hold on.
okay.
Well, fuck it. We're not gonna let somebody get that spot. Hello, everybody. I am the GM of Second City Saviors. The show that would be on right now if we weren't all working on a collective 3 hours of sleep. So you figure out how that's divvied between 6 people. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as the Noir Enigma. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and SoundCloud as Noir Enigma. I do a bunch of shows. I'm GMing 3 shows right now, which no one
Yeah.
I'm tired. Yeah, but I'm GMing this one here, Lonely Throne, a show on my channel that comes out every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central. And first time announcing it, I am GMing on Cobalt Press for their Kickstarter, City of Cats. I am GMing the City of Cats game. Woo! So that's me.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it over. We're gonna go counterclockwise. So because you started a movement. So you get to go next.
Hello, everyone. Hello, lovely people. I am Rowan, streamer, writer, sensitivity reader, professional dice cruncher.
Oh my god, I want to fight you.
You're so pretty, and it makes me so mad.
Do it.
You're not allowed to be pretty and annoying. It's just the worst.
Well, you can find me on Twitter as @RedWhiteRP, where I lead the Crunch Crew movement, and then post things about tabletop RPGs and also being sad. I play in a variety of games. I play in Under a Pale Cold Sun, as well as this game over here. Tomorrow we're going to have our second episode of X Millennial, an AU X-Men Mutants and Masterminds game over on Everybody Crits. And then Saturdays on Chromatic Chimera. Actually, this upcoming Saturday is going to be our final episode of Mysteries of the Mojave, a Monster of the Week game. And then I GM on Thursdays, what's it called? Olympus 2299, my Greek mythology inspired cyberpunk red game that's going interestingly. We've discovered that the ultimate bad guy of the campaign is doors. Mm-hmm. Not even like encountering a door, just like the concept of doors. So it's going great.
Them damn doors.
I suppose since Noir is a heathen, I now have to throw it over this way to AJ.
Hello, I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on the 3Ts, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid, where I don't know what kind of content I do. Who knows? What is content? What do I do? Yeah. That's pretty much it. Every month I do play a D&D campaign called Foul and Friends.
We should also mention what characters we play in this show.
Probably.
Oh yeah. I also play Everett, also known as Echo, who also doesn't know what's happening anymore.
Wait, that's fair. That is accurate.
Me and Echo.
Quality content.
Quality content. No, I think that is not quality. No, okay. I totally didn't just wake up.
Missed part of the intro.
10
Check.
minutes. 10 minutes ago. And I'm going to pass it on over. I don't know which way I'm pointing it towards. I'm going to pass it to Bella because I'm done talking.
Hi, I'm always ready to talk. That's my personality. My personality is just I'm ready to talk.
You just summed up why we're such good friends. That is a kinship like no other right there.
We'll be playing Among Us and I'll be like, they're like, I saw D do something suspicious, and then I start my 40-minute rant about something. They go, okay, I guess D didn't do it. Hi everyone, my name is Bella. I am Boondoggles on Twitter. I am no idea what I'm on like TikTok. Don't remember what my brand is there. Don't remember the branding of anything else. Big Baby Bella on Twitch. I don't post anything there, but if you see me in chat, I just make a lot of hot takes on stuff. I like to start fights. I played stares up into the distance, Abigail Abbott, aka Amethyst, but she's I will play her again, maybe. We'll see. Follow me. I play I stalk my partner Rowan in all of their games. So I'm in the game on Monday with the Mutants and Masterminds where I play a Filipino character because in our house we play Asian people play Asian characters. Just an idea. Alternate Mondays I play on Action Fiction, which is a Castle Falkenstein game, and it's very exciting. I play the cutest character ever. She has a lot of sapphic panic. It's good. And then I do something else. I think just those, right? And the one mentioned earlier with Rowan. Doors are hard, and sometimes you have to act your way through. Watch me struggle to act on Thursdays with Rowan, and Rowan as my partner has to watch and go, this is good, obviously.
Like the first door that they got stuck on for like 30 minutes, it wasn't locked. No one checked the door.
Anyways, I'll give it to, I don't know what's on the template.
So above you is
It's D.
Okay, D. Yay, D.
Also,
Why
Rowan,
not?
who do you play on this show?
I was just gonna do it at the end. Hi, I play Cassie Kalina, aka Hecate, whose pronouns are she/her, while mine are they/them. She's a dark mage type character.
And a
Love
total
Cassie.
hottie.
Yeah. Hi, I'm D. This makeup is not real.
But it should
You
be.
can find me everywhere at It's Doridla. I am a actor, singer, musician, professional GM with the Emerald City Game Masters Guild. I am going to be hosting the inaugural live stream for the Emerald City Game Masters Guild's Twitch channel on Saturday, December 12th, where I will lead a group of level 10 adventurers through our wonderful land of Lucaria to figure out why exactly they were interrupted during their last mission. I also am the DM for Under the Pale Cold Sun, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game that takes place here on Critical Misses every Wednesday. For a little while longer, I believe this Tuesday and next, you can see me as Pharaoh Mason over on Encounter Roleplay, a diplomat running through a Zweihander Flames of Freedom campaign and getting into all kinds of trouble, just being an absolute slice of Southern chocolate cake. And lastly, you can catch me every Thursday on the Noir Enigmas Twitch channel, where I play Ade Zuko, a Echo Knight fighter who is trying to reclaim the Lonely Throne. And that's me. I didn't forget, technically, because no one else started talking. On this show, I play Tucker Green, aka Wake, a transmutive flesh transformed character who has some big mad issues. That boy does. Him angry.
Also a hottie.
He's a wolf.
And?
Yeah,
And?
especially.
Hi. I guess that turns it over to me. I'm Anita. This is my channel, Critical Misses. You can find me here pretty much all the time. This is where I live. I live in Zoom calls. I play Tay Getty, aka Starcross, in this game. Yeah, but there's puns. There's puns in chat. We knew it was going to happen. I play Tay Getty, who is a doomed playbook. She, they pronouns, just like me. Shoot. Where was I going to go with this? Yeah, she transforms into like a glowing deer girl to offset our inky black wolf boy.
Also, she recently admitted that she is also in fact hot.
Yeah, that was a big character truths revealed.
That was a moment we fully chose to take up a large amount of time. To persuade.
Very true.
I'm really glad that was part of my arc as the character. So I'll be like, this is, if Abigail's only here for one thing, that is to make sure everyone knows how hot they are, and that's it. That's her only goal.
Obviously, it's a good lofty goal to have.
Yeah, Noir obviously had other plans, but that's besides the point. It's fine.
Is that all of us?
Yeah, so now
we
that
just-
we've got,
I think so.
now that we,
tired, y'all.
I gotta
now that
count.
we successfully were able to get through an intro,
Is that what that was?
you know what? It was close.
Also, I just got back from vacation, so hey.
So now this is where we open the platform up to questions. So the way this is going to work is if you have a question in chat, I ask that you highlight it. Please highlight your questions. If you don't, I still should be able to see them, but it makes it a lot easier for me if you highlight them. Also, cast, you can ask each other questions. So you can ask if you're curious about some insights towards another character, you can ask that player's character, and you can also ask me questions. But fuck you if you do. So, and that goes for YouTube chat. You can ask me questions as well. So we're gonna kick this thing off. I am actually going to start by asking you all a question, which is what?
Yes,
is
I do
your-
hate you. Oh, is that not where we're? Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, I didn't. Oh, I read the room weird there.
Who let the guest into this episode? No, I'm kidding.
You did.
That was
did.
you.
All of
Literally.
us collectively.
Going to post on Twitter, you being nice to me just because of that bullshit right there.
Feel free to
So
send
sad.
screen caps from the green room that says
Yeah,
all of us,
literally.
all of us
Hey,
collectively let her in.
You all said I have no. Literally, I'm gonna lose this.
Everybody knows I love you. Shut up. But here's my question to the cast and to the audience, which is, what is your first impression of the Saviors from this new timeline that you find yourself in?
Oh God, we're getting right into spoiler
Ooh.
territory, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere between what the
So-
fuck and how dare you.
Now,
Spoilers. This
is
will.
that Rowan or Cassie?
Yep.
The thing for me was I legitimately Noir like for 3 days after was just sitting in it, like just really sitting in it. I couldn't even process the first impression for several days. I was mostly curious what made, because Abigail is a chaos monster, but obviously she's not like a bad person. So, and I know you wouldn't like change her in a shitty way. So I was like,
Right.
what? And you did also hint, this is something for the chat, hint that she has a very big backstory that you will reveal to me because I trust you. But yeah, I was shook and went, what could possibly push her to be like this?
Also, if it wasn't like painstakingly clear, it's going to be all kinds of spoilers throughout this Q&A.
Yeah.
We're going to be going over all four of the current issues of Second City Saviors. So if you haven't seen them, why would you even come to this? And if you have seen them, then hang out.
And if you want to see them, I just threw the link up to our YouTube channel. So there's a playlist that has all of the episodes 1 through 4. They're all up there now. And they have all been edited for time. So that means that the intro and the outro and the middle bit have been spliced because I decided that I had things to do when I was on my 2 weeks vacation.
Oh, Amida.
Kelsey states, I'm just really curious to see / figure out what happened to them to make them change so drastically from what they were. And I feel like as a reward for kind of sticking it out, I can give you a little bit of insights to things that have not occurred yet. I can give that to everyone as a treat.
Spoilers as a treat.
a little bit of spoilers as a treat. One of the things that you need to understand is that the saviors that our players encounter, we'll call them nega saviors because negaverse, right? All right. But one of the things you have to realize is the negaverse version of the saviors, their Tay has read the book all the way through, and our saviors have not. So that's one thing. Two, their version of the saviors, their Tay never went to the Temple of the Rock.
You mean they're Tucker?
Their Tucker that never went to the Temple of the Rock. 3, their saviors couldn't go to Tay's sanctuary during all of that. So in a sense, they had to tough it out without half of the resources that our saviors had, with more knowledge than our saviors had, and pretty much being completely blindsided by the paladins because they didn't know. So
Now I feel really bad that we didn't like look after our other selves a little bit more. We
I mean-
tried our best, I guess.
Well, we didn't know if the fucking universe would collapse if we talked to them. That I
Yeah.
mean, that was the. I guess I'm kind of speaking for myself, but that was kind of the big vibe that I got of why we shouldn't talk to him, because it was like, we don't know if we get too close to them, the fucking world might implode for all we know.
well,
Yeah.
you guys did talk to them, and there was some temporal feedback, which you were all starting to experience. So
Right.
who's to say if you stuck around together, what would have happened? But
And
the
let's-
thing is, like, some events were going to occur regardless.
Right.
The thing is, and this is gonna be like the biggest spoiler I give. They went through Crimson's ambush of Saint.
Yeah,
without
like
the
through to
dagger.
completion. Yeah.
Without the
Yeah,
dagger.
without the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you remember the ambush of the Saint by Crimson, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
real bad,
Mhm.
and they survived it somehow. So that there's a lot that version of the Saviors had to do that our Saviors didn't. So I'm just
Mm.
Yeah, not to
Yeah.
mention, we were in that sanctuary for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing we've learned from the show, it's that 5 minutes is all it takes to fuck everything.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
But I will say, I'm sure Noir wanted me to regret doing that little trick for AJ, but I mean for Everett. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't regret it. It was cute as hell. I was happy. All right, let Abigail have happiness, asshole.
Your little like 10-second time hop thing.
Yeah, he was like, well, somebody was messing with timeline, and I'm like, I know you're trying to make me feel bad, but I don't care. I loved it.
I think it also might be one of those road to hell being paved with good intentions thing
hmm
Mm-hmm.
that
for us and for them.
Well, that was meant to show something else, which is this is Amethyst kind of coming into her own leisurely, like comfortably, without threat. Now, again, consider the other saviors.
Mm.
So you can kind of see why, like, if you're in a situation where you're just chilling, like, you learn to go 5 seconds at a time, 10 seconds at a time, 20 seconds at a time. What if the person that you're attracted to, the person that you're bonded to, is in a very severe situation and you're just running on go-go sauce? Like, if you're just running on instinct.
Right. Yeah.
What could Amethyst
Yeah.
do then is the question.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
AJ
They're essentially the saviors on the other side of trauma that we didn't have to endure, and we technically don't have any confirmation that they're evil.
They killed
Like,
me.
There are, well, yeah.
You
I kinda-
killed you.
Yeah,
I
no,
killed
that's
me. I'm evil.
All right, Cassie's working with
so-
her dad. She's evil.
I will say this. I very specifically did not use the word kill when it came
the paradox was solved.
when it came to your character.
Mm.
She banished you from the timeline, but you're not dead.
Yeah, because you still need to be her eventually.
If-
Oh
yeah.
shit, that's wild. My
Yeah.
brain.
So is Abigail in like a
Who likes
pocket
playing with time?
universe, or
I like
like
playing with time.
Am I in a pocket? Did you put me where like Crimson was? Did you put me where Crimson was? Tell the truth.
Oh, did you put her in the Twilight? You probably put her in the Twilight.
Probably.
Didn't
you
you?
put me there,
Twilight.
dude.
Probably.
my
put
guess
her
is
in
either
Twilight.
that or like back to her original timeline.
Oh my god! And she has no idea she finally got to smooch that angel. So sad. That is so sad. Pour one out. for my
The
girl.
question, and it sucks too because it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because if you're banished into a place that you can only get back to by reaching the same level of power that Amethyst is at, then it just starts the loop again.
It's
and you have-
almost like
Yeah.
she puts you in a scenario where you will always be a step behind her.
right.
So fucking rude.
Rudeness.
I mean,
Sounds
you-
like Amethyst. Sounds like Amethyst.
You
Sounds
got
about
shadow
right.
banned.
Truth.
You're right, Alien.
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Where,
Alien.
where in the supermarket is Go-Go Sauce located? Go-Go Sauce is located right next to Oh Juice and Oh Boy Broth.
It's in the international aisle.
It is.
It's right next to the Tony Satcheries.
Is it close to the cans of whoop ass though?
It's on the other side.
Okay.
I have a question for our lovely Cass here.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Here we go.
How is your character different now from how you wrote them? Like when you came up with your character, how have they changed from the story thus far?
Ooh.
So Cassie, and when I say Cassie, I mean Rowan, was not expecting to interact with Cassie's dad, episode 1.
Mm,
And that has really affected like how she's taking everything a lot more seriously than I had originally planned her to,
hmm
because Damien's here. Uh-oh. And now that he has all his powers back, that's bad. That's really bad. Especially considering, like, Cassie right now in this moment is, well, like, confused and scared and blah, 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 blah. But, like, 80% of her brain is dedicated to what situation did I have to be in to go to him for help? Because Cassie is designed that, built, like, as a character, she is built that is the one thing that she will never do.
That's the line that
It's
she
even
won't
built into
cross.
her. It's even built into her playbook.
Yeah.
Like,
It
that's-
is.
It's like a lot of flavor from the playbook. So
Yeah, that's the one thing that she will never do. And now it's happened.
Can I
So
can I
what
say
the
this?
fuck? No.
Cassie has a different the Cassie that you're all the Nega Cassie has a different playbook.
I know what it is. I know what
Yeah.
it is. I feel like I know what it is.
Is it
'cause I
the there's one that's like you're the child of a hero or something.
Legacy.
legacy.
Legacy?
No. There is another playbook where you are literally a villain trying to do good.
Oh yeah.
That's from Halcyon. Yeah, that's the Halcyon. No, not that one. Nova?
I don't suppose you're gonna tell us, are you?
No.
I'll tell you.
Is it?
Prodigy.
Is it?
AJ
Is
knows
it-
it well.
Is it Prodigy?
It's the protege.
Protege.
Prodigy.
Motherfucker.
You're the underling of a powerful hero.
My conspiracy. I was gonna guess that it was the Doomed also. Like maybe Cassie did something so that she also became part of the Doomed, so that she could protect Kay because she's a dumbass.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of fun in telling you all what
Hi,
this
Harper.
version of the savior. Hey, Harper.
Hey.
I feel like there's a lot of fun in telling you like most of the Nega saviors have different playbooks.
Mhm.
For example, Tay is no longer the Doomed.
Oh yeah, of course not.
No, she won.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
won.
One.
Murder that bitch.
Is
in cold
Abigail the
blood.
same? Abigail's the same, right? Because she's a delinquent. She still is a shifty little bitch. She's extra shifty little bitch.
Abigail's playbook is not from Mass.
What the fuck did you do?
Ah.
You little bitch!
Yep.
You little bitch!
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You little bitch! I fucking hate you. Can I just say a moment of thing? Noir, afterwards I was like, I have had some really shitty DMs before entering this space. And I was like, when you trust your DM, wild stuff occurs. Like, because I trusted Noir knew implicitly he could do whatever he wanted. And I would have been like, fine with it. And I was like, he really said, man, I'm going to really just fuck up Bella emotionally.
I live to make my players suffer. No, I'm just no. I honestly, I will say this. The storyline that we are in now, I did not plan. Honestly, my plan completely changed the moment that Echo grabbed the dagger and re-kicked the timeline. I At that moment it was straight DM panic. Like, okay, everything went wrong.
We're off the rails.
I was like, fucking everything is gone. So what is logically I need a way to fix this that makes sense in story. Luckily, when you put in a powerful artifact, things can happen. And luckily, it was the exact right person with the exact right artifact with the exact right power set. So it worked. I did not expect to kick the story, like the timeline, off again with Solomon getting the dagger, but it just kind of ended up working that way. And then the third and final time, there's still shit that Solomon did that you all have not seen the results of.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to repair something that he did in the timeline that's fucked, while also dealing with it's very heady stuff, and I'm very excited for it.
Going back to B's question, for me with writing how I wanted like Echo to be, I didn't realize how much like of a Robin character he would turn out to be. Or like
Really?
Nightwing.
Or Nightwing. I didn't know. I was just like, I wanted to put myself as myself into Echo as possible, which is why I was like, oh, he's from New York and I'm gonna transplant him to Chicago because that would be super cool. Let me just make myself into a hero and just kind of play off of that. And then he just became Nightwing. And I was just like, oh.
The thing is the protege playbook generally leans that direction anyways.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, no.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I'm not even gonna finish your thought.
I was just gonna say it's been one of my favorite things to see Echo get completely overwhelmed in situations where Madam Siren is not an option, and watching them dig in.
You literally took one of my move sets away. You literally took one of my moves that is in the protege playbook away that I have selected, which is what? Fireside chat? And I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to friggin' talk to Madam Siren whenever I want. And then you took that away from me. I was like, well, I only have 2 moves now, I guess.
Oh, here's 2 more bingo cards. Anita and Noir argue over who should talk, and then Noir gives up to Anita. Check.
Hey!
Anita, how do you think your character has changed?
Tay, actually... Initially, I wanted Tay to be more like Cassie. Because I was playing the Doomed, so I wanted to lean into, like, the edgelord stuff, but then I was just like, you know what? We already have someone that's pretty broody. We can't have all brood. So I made the necessary shift for Tay, and I decided that actually was more of a whole and fulfilling character. Tay, when I originally wrote her 54321, thinks of herself as perpetually down on her luck. And, like, the universe has always been beating her down. That's how I initially wrote her, but she's definitely more of a hopeful, positive character for being a pessimist. She's like the most hopeful pessimist that there is. Not about her, but about others. because that's all that she can do. She's like, I know I can't take care of me, so I'll take care of the people around me. That's like, and that's the core of what Tay is now, from what I built her. Oh, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I have no idea. You've mentioned it to me like 4 times, and every time I feel like that moment when someone tells you something and you want to pretend like you know and then Google it later.
The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is when I have people join games. I don't really do it for guests because
You've never done it for me at all.
What? Oh, okay. When I ran you through the Queen's Guard, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it at the time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is something I learned to do later. But the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's a very easy way to have your players deliver a backstory that's not going to be 30 pages of novels, like, and then I had a fake identity and another fake identity. It's very concise, to the point, and it gives the DM or GM or Master of Ceremonies everything that they need to incorporate a backstory into the game. But really, what I want to touch on is Ryan asked the question, what the fuck happened to the Saint, and why does everyone think he has been through, if what does everyone think he's been through if he's still alive? So I'm actually gonna ask that question to all of y'all. Like, what do y'all think happened to Saint?
Echo took over. Echo took his shit.
Yeah.
I think whatever happened to Echo to make him become Crimson, he probably thought Saint was probably the biggest threat, or not necessarily biggest threat, but had the biggest arsenal that he can use.
Or do you think that Saint didn't survive and that changed Echo?
Noir would not kill Saint.
Oh, wouldn't? No.
He loves taunting us with him too much.
Noir, if you killed Saint, I'll never
There
forgive
has
you.
to be
I would be
several
so
different things
pleased
that would have occurred
if Saint
for
was
the-
dead.
I mean, yeah.
Yo, honestly, Tucker would be pretty upset if Saint was dead. Like real shit. Tucker, that would fuck Tucker up, because fucker, because Tucker has like such a weird like he doesn't like. He's very much the opposite of Tay, right? In the sense that he's probably the most negative optimist you'll ever meet in your life. Like he thinks things will get better eventually. He's just gonna bitch about it the whole way there.
See, okay, so for me, see, if Saint is dead, or if Saint is not dead, I think Echo still would have went for Saint's stuff once he became Crimson. Because when I first restarted the timeline, that is one thing that I wanted to do, was to go to Saint's place and get us decked out in gear, because we had 2 people that didn't have their powers. So we're like, all right, let's go to Saint's, let's deck them with some gear, and we'll have more of a fighting chance for whatever we're going to go up against. And then we got interrupted with Crimson and blah, 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 blah. All that happened.
I would be genuinely shocked if Saint is dead. So what I'm thinking of is those like control collars that Solomon had on Madame Siren. Because if I remember correctly, Amethyst had Solomon's sword, which leads me to believe that he's not a threat anymore, at least momentarily. And if they were working together at that time, and Everett could have very easily like found that technology. And
I will tell you this: Amethyst did in fact have Solomon's sword, but all of the paladins essentially have the same kind of sword, which is just a long sword in a white sheath. And this was confirmed during the previous timeline when Tay saw the vision of Ma Green's place.
Gotcha.
Because she has one of those swords as well. So what happened? Oh, go
That
ahead.
fucked me up when you were like, and he has Solomon's sword. I'm like, it's not enough for you? Is it not enough? Like, you not fuck me up? Did you just go like, just a little sprinkle of more for you, Bella? I'm like, thanks. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Um,
I'm going to replay me getting out of my chair and screaming.
I will say this. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened to Saint. I will tell you that the ambush by Crimson does occur again. I will tell you that the Saints are in the Holy Roller with Saint when Crimson invades, and they do not have the dagger. So if you recall the series of events, it was Echo that was shunted out of the car.
Yeah,
It was
Tucker.
It was Wake. No, it was Wake that was shunted out of the car, and it was Cassie that found a way to catch Tucker. So
Mhm.
I mean, just we never got to figure out what the next step of the invasion was, but yeah. We got some more questions in chat. I can't believe we're actually getting questions. This
Good
is
questions.
awesome.
Good questions.
Question
Let's-
for anyone who can.
But
What's up?
before we do that, let's circle back around to Ryan's question because he asked it a while ago. He said,
Sure.
What
oh
happened to
shit,
Saint?
no, I
That's
guess
what we were at.
I
That
guess we
was
just
what we were
answered.
answering.
Yeah.
Fucking ignore me.
I mean-
Over
I
here
mean,
eat chocolate.
if-
Pay no attention to me.
If anything, another thing to add on to that, if Saint is still alive, I believe he is
Our last
heading up a rebellion, and it's very minimal, and we're just ignoring him completely.
Like
you know
the-
what? I do have to ask, and I promise, chat, we're going to get to your questions. But it feels to me, and I want this confirmed right now. It feels to me like the players like the Saint, but the characters hate his guts. So I want this confirmed. How do y'all feel about the Saint?
Echo does not hate Saint.
Yes, he
Echo,
does.
no. It's more of like he feels like sometimes he has to babysit him a little bit.
Often wonder, because I feel like in terms of annoyingness, Saint and Abigail are like the different sides of the same coin.
Yeah, I feel like how Echo feels towards Saint is how the joke is with how most of the Justice League feels about Aquaman. But not like the actual feeling towards Aquaman, the joke feeling about Aquaman.
Okay.
That
Okay,
is
but
just
Aquaman
like-
is dope.
No, Aquaman
The
is
Saint
dope.
is dope.
Aquaman is dope, but I'm saying like the jokey side of like, do we have to bring Aquaman along? What's he
All right.
gonna do? We're gonna go into the desert. Are we really bringing Aquaman along? What is he gonna do over there? Like in his element, Aquaman super cool. But what if we go into the desert? Why are we bringing Aquaman to the desert? What is he gonna do?
How about Cassie? How's Cassie feel about the Saint?
Cassie hates Saint.
You
He's
like-
just
You don't like the Holy Roller?
he.
Their face.
Cassie looks at Saint and goes, "You are completely inept. Why are you here? You can offer me nothing."
Sounds like Cassie.
Cassie has a hard time trusting people for,
I love
I would
her.
say, pretty valid reasons.
Yeah.
And Saint has done absolutely nothing to show that he can be trusted. And in fact, several things to show that he is a liability.
Okay,
So,
how does Rowan feel about the Saint, though?
oh, he's fucking great. Love that guy. I want more Saint content.
More Saint content on my timeline, please.
Yes, please.
How about Tay? How's Tay feel?
Tay is ambivalent towards the Saint. Doesn't feel any particular way about the Saint.
And Anita?
We'll dig in when there's the chance to, because it's funny. It's for the lulz. But But which timeline? Oh God. Okay. Anita likes Saint. Saint's cool. Saint is just Noir getting to flex every single corny muscle in his body, and it's the best.
And that is why D absolutely adores Saint and everything he stands for. And Tucker is like Tucker's is semi in the same camp as Cassie, where it's like, why are you talking? Why are you here? But like after his little conversation on like we have to do something because something has to be done. It was very like off-putting and like oddly deep in a way that Tucker didn't really
It was
expect from
the,
Saint.
you really think this thing is these things are happening for a reason?
Yeah. And there was something just like so earnest about Saint's reaction that Tucker kind of has a soft spot for Saint a little bit. But he still finds him like devastatingly annoying.
It'll be such a shock when you find out he's to be DG. All right. I'm just kidding.
Did someone have a question about Maud Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Marguerite.
Kelsey just wants to know more about her.
Yeah.
So, in my original backstory and what I handed to Noir, Tucker's an orphan. His parents died when he was like 4 or 5, like young enough to where he doesn't really remember them. And when Tucker started, growing up and having memories, he always lived and stayed with Ma Green. She's based off of several of the Black elderly women that are in my life, and thusly has very strict rules, but loves her kid a lot and like takes good care of them, and just follow her rules and it won't be no problems. She really likes Aster for reasons that in my backstory it was just because he was like a goofball and like one of the few people that Tucker actually kept in contact with. Of course, Noir took that and ran and just took that and just pile drove it all the way to the core of the planet.
Actually, I think it was to heaven.
Well, yeah, good point. And yeah, she down home Christian woman, make a mean batch Kool-Aid. Collard greens every Sunday.
So I just to flesh out a little bit, just the tiniest bit of what has been teased already. Obviously, Ma Green was the paladin.
Spoilers.
I mean, yeah. Ma Green was a paladin, and again in D's 54321, she is the moral lightning rod for Tucker. And so I also made her the moral lightning rod for the paladins. She hard checked anybody when things got too far. And one of the signs that things was getting too far was that Tucker was made. And so I mean, you have to understand, like, Tucker. What Solomon says about Tucker is true. Tucker is the masterpiece. They've known that Tucker is the masterpiece since they finished the operation. So the question is, why did they never go get him?
Because Ma Green's a fucking gangster. She's like, you're not coming in my house with your shoes on. You're just not. I don't give a fuck who you are. You got a sword? Cool. Are you not wearing socks? Is that why you don't want to take your shoes off?
Take your damn shoes off. I just cleaned this carpet.
But no, yeah, that's Tucker's got to talk with Ma Green. Tucker still doesn't totally believe it. By the way, I want that to be made very clear.
I can't wait.
That Tucker still is like,
there'll be a conversation.
Sphinx closed my goddamn screen door.
Yep. Letting flies in this motherfucker.
That window better not be open. You better not be letting out of my heat.
I ain't trying to heat the whole damn neighborhood. Lost your
They
goddamn
don't-
mind.
They don't pay for it. It's mine.
Alien has a question as well, which is if you could only save one of the other players from certain death, who would it be and why?
Oh, this is an easy answer.
Yeah, I mean,
Tay.
yeah.
It's Echo.
Duh.
Because if anybody can fix something that would have killed the other two, it's Echo. Easily. If Tucker was in a situation where three of us, like all four of us were going to die and we can only get one person out, I'm getting Echo out every single time. Because if anybody can fix it, it's Echo. And if it can't be fixed, well, hey, Everett deserves to have a life. like that's
Jamie says he would save the Saint.
That is not one of the saviors.
I don't know. Isn't he
Is it
honorary
either?
member?
I don't know if I count because I'm not in the.
That's a
savior.
good question.
I made you a
You can't answer the
savior.
question.
Absolutely.
Echo made you a savior.
I love if I do this bit, even out of character, you all go, okay, now listen here. You better.
Echo literally did the Tony Stark thing where he was like, "You're an Avenger now." Like you're
That was very
Right.
good. And then very quickly after, I somehow become the leader. Absolutely. That's a question I have later, but I'll answer this one first. I would save. Because I think the problem is with Abigail is she'd want to save AJ for obvious reasons, because that's her mentor, her homie, her big brother-esque human. She would want to save Tay because she seems the nicest and she just seems like the baby. She'd want to save Tucker because she thinks that they have the most in common. She just understands him. And she would save Cassie because she likes her a lot. She's in love with her. She thinks she's great. So I'm gonna say Tucker. I think she'd save Tucker because I don't think that she would be. I think I just think it'd be Tucker. I don't know.
Okay.
cut the shroom.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Nina.
just the easiest answer is for Tay would save Tucker every time.
Yeah, I can see
Okay, I
that.
changed my
It's on
answer.
brand.
Cassie. I would save Cassie. I was thinking about it because here's the thing. I think she would save Cassie, and I think that even if she knew that Cassie would save Tay, she'd still just save Cassie. She'd be like, "Well, you're an idiot, but that's fine. You're my idiot, I guess."
Cassie would absolutely save Tay every time.
This is such a tough decision for Echo.
Yeah, I feel like AJ
because Echo has a reason to save everyone.
Same with Tay.
'Cause- no.
No, Anita. No,
No, Anita.
actually.
Tay has a reason to
Nita.
save every single member of the Saviors, but she would still save still save Wake and Tucker.
The reason why Echo would save Tucker is because Tucker, if anything happens to Echo, Tucker would be next in line, without a doubt. In Echo's mind, Tucker would be next in line to gather the saviors and lead them to anywhere they need to go. He would also want to save Abigail because Abigail is now his responsibility, and he needs to make sure that he gets Abigail the best possible possibilities to keep going. He also wants to save Cassie because also kind of responsibility, and also Cassie deserves a life where she doesn't have to just be under the rule of her father. Wants to save Tay because not only is she's already stressed with her doom, Tay is probably one of the most powerful of the saviors. And like Tay, like if Tay goes, that's a big hindrance to us.
I like you thinking so strategically, and Abigail's like, I just like them. You
I
know,
just
I
wanna
just
switch
like
'em."
people.
That's also how Tucker's thinking because we like all of them. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if we could save everyone, we obviously would. But I'm like,
Do you think your
If-
character would self-sacrifice if it meant saving everyone else?
Oh,
In-
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
millisecond.
Without a
Absolutely,
heartbeat.
without question.
In
Without a heartbeat?
millisecond.
Without a
Without a heartbeat.
I was hoping no one noticed that. I don't know.
Without a
I,
heartbeat. Yep.
Is there something you need to tell us about Cassie?
Yeah, apparently, right?
So really quickly here, because I want to make sure that we do get to all the audience questions. Alien asked, I may have missed it, but I don't think I was actually detailed on what the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 involves. So I'm just gonna run everybody through that real quick. It's a tool I use for GMing. It's 5 questions. And they go like this, right? 5 important concepts that are developmental and or integral to your character. This could be a personality, impactful life event, physical characteristics, sentimental item, etc. Question 4, write up to 4 goals you'd like to see throughout the campaign. Please include a mix of both character-driven and player-driven goals. So that way it's like, Echo wants this, but AJ wants this, 3 is create 3 NPCs that are important to your character. 2 must be friendly and familiar to your character. The other should be adversarial. So that way you get really good NPCs from people and you don't have the everybody I know is dead, so it's just me, because I fucking hate that as a GM. The next is create 2 secrets for your character. One is a secret your character knows and the other involves them but they are unaware of it, which is my favorite question. And then 1 is develop 1 reason why you're going on this adventure. This is what connects you to the other characters and acts as an investment towards the completion of the story. So it's a really easy form to have your players fill out that gets straight to the point. It gives you some very cool story stuff to play with. And it's simple. The players don't have to write 82 billion pages. And I don't have to read 82 billion pages. It's just
Usually it's like a page and a half in length,
Mhm.
yeah.
depending on how in depth you get.
God bless you not making me do that then. Thank you so much, Noir. Jesus Christ. I'd be like, I don't know. What secret she doesn't know that she's super annoying? Like, I don't like.
Well, a
Like,
thing that I
does
am
that.
going to start implementing, and I have a lot of players here that are in other games with me, so this is going to be true for all my games. These get updated by season or by level.
Ooh, okay.
So,
That's
I,
fun.
Yeah.
so I will be asking you to update these, and that means new secrets as well. So you'll have to come up with a new secret that your character doesn't know, so we can keep this going.
That's
But
one thing. That's one thing about my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 that I'm just like. Noir's only touched like a couple of these things.
Yeah.
We haven't gone to like.
Yep.
We haven't gone into much of what's in Echoes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yet.
Like we haven't gone into it yet, or we have, and I just haven't noticed it at all.
Same.
A lot of your stuff
Oh,
is
shoot,
working
we lost
behind the
Bella.
scenes.
Oh no.
Oh, it's dead.
Wishes do come true.
Rip.
Here, I'm
Yeah.
just going to switch to that one for now.
So, can you guys imagine, considering, the person who raised Tucker, that Tucker was assuming was his maternal grandmother, is secretly a secret agent for an ancient order of religious paladins? You want to guess what Tucker's secret is? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't fucking that. It was the fact that Aster, donor friend, had powers. That was the secret that Tucker didn't know. I was like, his one friend has powers too. That'll be cool. That'll be a cool reveal.
Welcome
And then
back.
Noir
Bella.
was like, yeah, but guess what? Grandma surprise, which was my nickname.
Why does that
So-
sound like my super move? Like
Grandma
I'm about to hit you with
surprise!
the Grandma surprise.
Oh boy.
So
Boy, we're gonna get some grandma surprise.
Oh, God, we're
Bad.
going to get sued.
it's bad. So, like, slight spoilers, but similar to what AJ was saying about Everett, but Cassie's mom is a big part of her backstory that we haven't mentioned once, and I am so terrified
Mm.
for when that's gonna come up.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also worried about one NPC that has been mentioned like once that is
Yep.
in my thing. I'm worried about what they're up to and what's going on with them. And now, especially now, I'm worried about what, like, the secret that Echo doesn't know. Like, what's going on with that? I don't know what's going on with that.
God.
And
Exhausting.
you know what's fun is that they know that I've read their 5 4 3 2 1, and they know that I've implemented it somewhere. They just don't know where. And
Yeah.
that fear, I feed off of it.
So
I had
Noir,
a great thing of just free falling. There was no fear because I didn't know what was happening. So I just really leaned back and was like, wee.
so Noir, when we had in the last episode when Echo was going on his phone to call someone,
Mhm.
I was really conflicted because I was either going to call my friend Jordan, because Jordan probably would have known a lot of things that were happening, or I was going to call myself.
Mhm.
And that I was
Agree.
like, shoot. Anyway,
I gotta go refill mine.
I gotta go refill.
and I was like, I was really conflicted. I was like, I don't know if I want to call my friend, because my friend doesn't know about my life. And I didn't know how to navigate the question without revealing. It's like, oh yeah, I've been like, what happened? I've been gone for like a week. Like, what's been going on? And because I didn't know what Crimson Echo has done.
Right. Right.
So I was like, I was very nervous. I was like, if I didn't know if it was the same reaction that the landlord of Tay
I was
had,
gonna have. Yeah.
that the landlord was scared of Tay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
I didn't want to be like, oh, let me call my friend and realize that I've been blocked, and then I would have been like, what the fuck did I do?
My
mean-
friend's like, you've done enough. And I'm like, y'all, I don't think Abigail at this timeline's nice. Y'all, I think she may have done something bad.
I'm interested in two big things
Hmm.
in this parallel universe as far as like just Tucker goes. Aster's not dead.
Mhm.
And I feel like Ma Green, I like with those two NPCs, I don't know what's happening.
Here's my
Like-
question, though. Is that Red Wolf Tucker?
No, probably not. I would assume not. And the only reason I would assume not is because we were talking about it being Tucker, and then Noir went, well, I said it was Wake. I didn't say it was Tucker.
Yeah.
So my assumption is that since the experiments were never found and never stopped, whenever a member of the Saviors, whoever did it first, maybe Amethyst, got in league with the Paladins, they convinced Tucker to go with them to perfect the rest of the experiments, which Tucker, as we all saw, was fairly close to being okay with in the first place. So who knows how okay he would have been with it on the other side of all of that trauma. But my running theory is that Tucker no longer exists, and that is Wake,
Without the humanity.
and there is no other form. There is no stopping being Wake. That's Wake now.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
That's what I was
That's
thinking. That
far.
it is Wake, just Tucker. There's no humanity anymore.
Tucker's gone. It's
I
just
hate
Wake.
The only thing with that theory is it pisses me off the idea that Abigail aligned herself with the Paladins and because she knows what happened with Tucker. Like she knows about the experiments and stuff. So like the idea of that rubs me really bad and makes me want to fucking punch my own self in the face.
The thing is, remember that Abigail is probably like before you met Solomon again, you were probably like 2-3 words with before getting controlled by like him completely understanding who you are and what he can do to manipulate you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
a
that's
couple of
the,
words. It's all it takes.
That's the thing.
Well, if
And-
I remember correctly, Nega Abigail was older than
Yes.
the rest of them.
Yeah, she was running around at time.
So she had so much time to just ruin everything.
Damn.
Yep.
God, Noir, here's my question. How hot do you think older Abigail is, like 1 to 10?
All right, so Almost Faye asked. Oh no,
It's a question for
there's
you
another
specific.
question before that. There's another question before that. Kelsey asked, "Can you please explain how the hell angels and biblical kings got involved? It's epic, but I was lost." So Second City Saviors takes place in the same world as Trouble in the Second City. It's my Second City setting. So there are vampires, fae, werewolves, angels, demons, all sorts of shit running around, all at the same time. And sometimes stuff bumps into each other. The paladins honestly are a sect that's more involved in the Trouble in the Second City world. They're here for reasons. They're involved in this story for reasons, and the reasons is essentially what the saviors have to figure out. Once they do though, I'm sure that on some base, you know, and this is actually a good question for the savior. So I'll just ask you all: how aware are you of the or how aware is your character of the others? Now I know that Tucker has seen them firsthand. You've seen vampires, werewolves, and specters when you went into the realm of the paladins, but let's check in with the rest of you. How aware of the others do you feel your character is?
I feel like Cassie has a lot of secondhand knowledge of that world. She's never really interacted with it, but you know, when her dad was imprisoned, he didn't get to take all his cool books with him.
Right.
So
I think
Cassie likes books.
Abby, from what you gave me in when they were watching, the ceremony, she probably has a shit ton of experience with others because they attend the school. She goes to class with them. She learns about them. So I would say amongst the saviors, arguably, she may know the most about it. Others to her are very, they're more normal to her than people who are on the outside and don't know anything about, the
That
magic
makes
and
sense.
stuff.
That makes sense.
I feel like with Echo's adventures with Madam Siren, the spin-off show coming on soon. No. I feel like definitely like Brave and the Bolding it. Like there's definitely been some team ups that
Okay.
Echo has had that involve the others. I don't think he totally understands them because he still is kind of in the same boat as Tucker that is like, I fucking hate this magic shit. like this magic. It's this. He does have kind of like the mindset of magic's just science that you don't understand yet. But also he knows that is like magic is way more than science can ever explain. I know it's there. I've seen it with my own eyes, but I'm not going to worry about that right about now, which is why like when he got that news article about like wizards dying or something like that, or like wizards coming together. He wasn't like, oh yeah, oh what? There's wizards now? What? And he was like, yeah, wizards, totally. Yep. Okay.
Cassie would love to have that Magic v Science debate.
Yeah.
By the way,
Tay is very aware. Because it would have been included in all the things that her mother taught her.
Gotcha. All right. So, I mean, we have a young super team that's keenly aware, to some extent, that other shit exists, and now they're kind of coming face to face with how that world regulates itself. And honestly, when I realized that the story was kind of going this way, I got real hype, because to me it's like, I get to put Young Justice in Underworld. Yes, please. like, let's see how that pans out. And so I'm very excited for where this all turns. And I will just to fuck with you guys a little bit more. You say that there's things on your on your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s that have not been touched. There are a lot of others and a lot of worlds that have not been introduced yet.
Mm-hmm.
We know for a fact that Neverland and the Feywild exist in the Second City, and we have not seen them yet.
Great.
And other things of that nature.
I have a question for you, No Ire. What character did you read about? Like, you read all of our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s.
Mm-hmm.
What character was not who you thought was going to be brought to the table? Like, who did you read and then you saw one of us play them and you were like, oh, that's different from how I thought you were going to play that character?
I mean, you all did such a good job with your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. I kind of got what I was expecting out of all of you. I would say there are traits in each of you that you presented in a way that I underestimated. And I'll go through the list. I read Echo as Robin. Like, I read Echo as Robin / Nightwing, just trying to figure it out. I had no idea how earnest he would be, though. Like, in the first fight in the bank with the Crimson Bot, in the black robe, it was a hopeless situation. It was designed to look hopeless, feel hopeless, be hopeless, and there was no quit or fear in Echo. And it's different reading like, I'm going to be Robin, the leader of the team. It's different reading that than seeing like, no, everybody get up, we're gonna figure it out. Like, that blew my mind. I was like very excited for that.
So there's sorry, I'm gonna cut you just for a second because that's a super good point. So there's this thing that I do personally where I have no problem pre-establishing connections to characters without delving too deep into it. And then in play, I like to flesh out the why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Tucker and Echo are like good friends. Like, we established that in like the session 0. And I very specifically try not to like make a why, because then it feels forced. When Echo started doing stuff like that, because I know exactly what you're talking about, because I was like, that's why Tucker likes Echo. That's it right there. Like, that's what Tucker loves about Echo, is that he's just like, well, guess we gotta figure that sucked. All right, let's figure out how to fix it. Like,
I mean,
that's also why Tucker would save Echo, because it's just like,
just to condense it, like one of the things I hate in TTRPG games is where somebody will go, I'm the leader of the party. Like they will state it like, I'm the leader of the party. Hey, everybody, don't forget I'm the leader of the party. If there's a decision to be made, I'm the leader of the party. Echo never did that. Echo just moved in a way where everybody was like, I'm okay following that. Like, that like never once had to say it. Like, I don't think really there's been a time where Echo was like, I'm the leader. It just is known and it's demonstrated by how they move. And I think that's dope. Moving on to other players, Cassie, like I read Cassie's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I understood that one of the core features of this character is going to be the relationship with the father. And so I wanted to make sure that I touched on that right away. The interaction between the two, though, holy fuck, what did I love it. And like, it's volatile, it's rebellious, but there's still just that little bit of you are my dad, though, that keeps it from being played out. And I love that. There's humanity in it that is just like, I hate that I'm made from that guy. Like, and that is present in the usage of powers and how the powers are displayed. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of every time Cassie does her magic, because it's just like, just even the way it's represented screams Damien. And it's just and I love that dread, and I love how it's being played. It's not being overplayed. I could see a lesser RPG player or somebody who's not as experienced going too far with it, but Rowan, you play it perfectly, and I'm always here for it. Especially the Dark Angel segment is just like, I'm giving you all the power in the world, bro. What you gonna do with it?
That was something. One of the most important aspects of Cassie is that she hates her dad, hates him. He's a terrible person and wants to be distanced from him, wants to be her own person, her own hero, but has to recognize that the only reason she can do that is because of him. It's because her powers come from him. And it really delves into that, just the self-loathing, but the like, like, I hate myself every time I have to do this, but I have people I care about that I have to protect.
And that's why Tucker and Cassie get along right there. I hate myself every time I have to do this. You summed up Tucker with that line.
Yep. Yeah. It's why I decided very early on that her magic was all gonna be evil looking. Because that comes from evil.
I love that. I fucking love that. Hey, just moving on down the line. I'm gonna take a quick turn, and we're gonna go to Amethyst for a second here. And the reason that I enjoyed having Amethyst so much, I felt that the energy with the saviors, as it was you were all familiar with each other, and it was stable, and you knew what to expect. And throwing Bella into anything is like throwing dynamite into the room. It's just like, well, we're just gonna fuck some shit up real quick. And the thing is, like, Bella didn't have a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bella, you essentially just got like maybe 3 or 4 DMs for me. Like, here's everything. Like, here's the entire, like, Bella knows stuff about the story that y'all still don't know yet.
It's very fun.
And yeah, she likes to tease me with that.
It's really messed up because Rowan will be like giving like conspiracies, and I'm sitting there like, I have the answers. This is painful for me. This is awful.
Painful because they're right, or painful because they're wrong?
Tell us, Bella.
What's this? I'm never gonna be able to be guessed again. I can't if I can't keep a secret.
And the thing is, like, I wanted Bella to come in having a little bit too much information, so we could see somebody that's confused with all this foresight and having to boil it down to a level where you have to explain to these people what the fuck is going on. And I think that was perfect. And I think that seeing Amethyst being on the other end of the spectrum for what Nega Amethyst is, like, the Amethyst that you all know was very fun, happy, confused, but let's ride with it. And the Amethyst you're dealing with now is an expert, calculated, and has probably thought the next 3 steps, they're going to take 2 weeks ago. and now you have to deal with such a informed person. And I wanted you to see the growth. I wanted you to see, like, I don't want to just bring in somebody that's, a badass without you understanding the full scope of what this person can be. And I just feel like there's a real humanity that was brought into. I knew from the beginning that you were going to play essentially someone that was gonna be a bad guy. Sorry.
I knew it. You told me you weren't. You promised. You mother.
I lied.
The thing that the chat needs to understand is, like, I am very good friends with Dee and Anita and Rowan, and I became really good friends with AJ. And so I knew, I was like, he's going to fuck them up and he's going to use me because we're all really good friends and it's going to be sad. And so he's like, no, you're not the bad guy. And he really pitched it like I was just there to help Echo. And I really believed it. I really bought into it. The worst. It is funny, too, to see someone so expert and cool as Amethyst, because I'd like to ask the group maybe later, but like it is funny because they know Amethyst and her, like, she got excited about going 5 minutes and taking a phone. You know what I mean? Like, they know what she's about. They know that she's just a goofball campus police, practically. Like, she's just like weirdo, and to see the big difference is very funny.
And I will give you this. I will give you this. With her abilities, one of the reasons that she's older is because she has finished and graduated from the Inglewood Academy.
Oh, fuck. That's wild.
So,
babe, had you not considered that? That was the first thing that jumped out to me when he was like, oh, she looks older. I was like, she's okay. So she's got the graduate sauce. Got that
Her
diploma
MBA.
magic. Yep.
I thought maybe I for some reason thought that she dropped out and she just started shenanigating, and that's why her friend was so upset with her.
I don't think Echo would have let you drop out.
I love to think that maybe their dynamic is still kind of cute, even if they're kind of bad. That's very funny.
Echo uses his tech powers to hack into her grades, so like he can always keep an eye on how she's doing in class.
He hits her up and he's like, "Hey, I saw that you were absent for and I saw you were tardy this other class." And she's like, "I fully have my own parents. Like, why are you calling me?" And he's like, "I just I just wanted to see how you were doing."
And just to go through really quickly so we can get back to our audience questions, just what was different from the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 than I encountered at the table. With Tay, Tay's optimism is fucking sad. Like, and I knew that was gonna be the case, but it's heartbreaking seeing it in practice. It's watching somebody live every day like the fucking bucket list movie. It's just like, I know I'm gonna die, so I might as well just have fun. Like, and it's it hurts. It's rough. And the interaction between you and Venetrix, that again, like I'm noticing in myself a tendency to kind of underestimate Anita a bit, and that's why when I played out the situation that made the negate, I didn't come up with the premise of what turns Tay into that. Anita offhandedly mentioned something, and I was like, fuck, that could play out. And then I just ran in my head, like, okay, so if that did occur, well, shit, that changes all of the saviors.
Yeah.
Like, you all need to understand.
You're welcome.
That every change that is made to the saviors stems from one decision that Tay made.
And I know the decision.
And the argument that she could present is a good one. And so, like, when Rowan asked, like, what could possibly get me to work with, you know, my father? Tay could. And her, and part of me wants to tell you now, but I'm like, I want to tell you in the story.
We're back live January 6th.
January 6th.
But I will
Tuesday,
say,
yeah.
I will say that it's you know, one of the things that's really dangerous about somebody that's been bullied for a long time is the day they figure out that just hitting the bully a few good times gets it to stop, especially if they're stronger than that bully. Like, once that mindset clicks, you have a problem. And you take somebody that's been told.
5th. That's right.
You take somebody that's been told every day, hey, you're gonna die. Hey, you're gonna die. Hey, you're gonna die. Hey, by the way, I'm gonna kill you. Hey, I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. And you push that person to the point where they're like, fuck it. No, you're gonna die. And then things go right. What happens to somebody that has lived that way? It's a fun question that I'm having a blast with. So that's the difference between what Tay presented versus what's at the table. And finally, Tucker. I love Tucker when Tucker's around my green. It feels very familiar. It feels very home. I love that. And it contrasts to when Tucker has to be Wake. A lot of people play the, you know, I have a power set that sucks and I would rather not be, you know, the hero that I am. But like let's take a Bruce Banner, for example. Like, I want to go back to being Bruce Banner. I hate the fact that I'm the Hulk, right? Like, there have been very few iterations of that type of Bruce Banner Hulk relationship where you actually see Bruce Banner's life and you're like, oh, I wish you could have that all the time too. But like with Tucker, when Tucker's with Ma Green, like, all I want is for Tucker to just have a life with Ma Green. And the fact that he is Wake means that it will never happen. And I love seeing that in action. So that's my very long, drawn-out answer to that question. I apologize for taking so long, and we're going to get back.
It's okay. Going off on several tangents is also on the bingo card.
It's true.
Hey!
It's true.
Let's see. What's the last question that
There's
Almost
two
almost
questions
Faye
from
had
Faye.
2 questions.
but hold on. Up top, Faye. Yeah, Faye had Noir, do you like when your players write amnesia into their characters or whenever you're given free reign on their backstories? I don't like amnesia. I feel like even if you're playing a character that woke up not knowing anything, if they woke up an hour, then that hour is everything to that character. And so that hour is their backstory. I feel like a lot of the times people write amnesia characters as an excuse to have the GM craft not only a story of the world, but a story in particular for them. And I think the reason I'm so salty about that is because I've had lots of instances where a player will be like, well, I just don't know anything. I woke up and I didn't know anything. And I will craft a backstory for them. And they're like, what the hell? I don't like this. Well, you should have fucking read a backstory. Like, but
Is this revenge? Is this what is that why you're mad at me? Is that why the
Oh,
bad
no,
guy?
no. You rolled with the punches flawlessly.
Okay.
I mean,
Could you?
I never told you to write a backstory. So I mean, I knew where you were. I knew the endpoint. Everything up to that endpoint
Bella's
was
so
up
mad
to
she's
you.
glitching on my Zoom right now.
I know.
Oh yeah, she's.
I'm willing this to happen with my mind.
So
Is your something?
It's the best.
so
The way that she's
Go ahead.
frozen right now, though.
Yeah.
Just permanently mad and screeching.
so Cassie has some like amnesia-esque elements in her backstory.
hmm Yeah, but like you gave me enough where it's just like they're not totally brand new to the world. They can operate, you know?
Yeah,
Like-
there's a difference between like having nothing and being like, here's a blank spot. Blank spots are a blast. We love blank spots.
Yeah.
GMs,
As
but,
a
like,
GM, I'm like, oh, I love to fill in blank spots, but like it's the difference between my character feels this way about stuff, thinks this way about stuff, doesn't remember too much, but is this and that. Like that gives me the framework of the character. The player knows how the character feels. The character knows how the character thinks. The player has invested enough in the character where they have a firm idea of who they are playing. The character having some spots in their memory that they don't know is fine. Like even if a player is playing a character that does have a backstory and does remember everything, I'm still gonna put stuff that they don't know about in their backstory because you can only see from your perspective. So if you go, I was in a war and I fought the war and I'm a vet and things went well. Okay, well, while you were in the war, this was happening in your unit with your squad and you didn't know about it. Like that's the GM's job, is to make things interesting and to try and hit home for the player. But yeah, if you just come up to your GM and you're like, I don't know anything, I don't have any living NPCs, I'm a level 4 fighter, make my backstory. You can go fuck yourself. So
Fair enough.
let's see.
The last question is hashtag Crunch Crew or hashtag Stop the Crunch.
Stop the crunch.
Stop the crunch. Noir and I have band together for the first time ever, and we're ready to stop the crunch. It's plastic. It's bad for you. Don't.
I think
don't
I
eat
know.
ice.
I think everyone knows where I stand on this
Yeah.
on this issue.
Rowan is also stop the crunch.
Hashtag Crunch Crew for life.
For life, Rowan. Yeah, you're right. It will be for life because you will die if you eat them.
What are your
Who's to say?
favorite B tiers / non-mainstream superheroes, if at all?
Wait. I don't think we finished answering the last question.
I
I didn't hear D, Anita, or AJ.
have made a
Give any
point
input.
to never comment on this.
Have you? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I've already
literally-
commented on it.
I've literally never said anything about it anywhere. I haven't mentioned it in anyone's Discord DMs. I haven't made a tweet. I've said nothing. And you know what? Like a good goddamn, I am a non-binary bisexual switch. I don't make choices. That's not how that works. I don't
Switzerland over
choose
here.
things. And I will continue to not choose things.
I love you so much.
Mwah.
Anita?
Are we waiting for me? No, AJ's already
No,
chimed in on this.
Yeah, AJ has.
Yeah, me and Anita have both chimed in on this.
Anita chimed in with a video of them eating popcorn.
That's true. They did do that. I
Y'all are
remember that.
entertaining.
And went, this is ominous.
I will say that I am Team Crunch responsibly.
There's no way to crunch responsibly. It's
Anita, what the fuck?
I
It's
will not impede upon
plastic.
your right to choose to crunch or not to crunch.
oh my god.
Anita, that's all the Crunch Crew wants.
I mean,
Rowan, don't do
Be
this.
left alone.
Rowan,
if you are to crunch, candy dice are a thing. There are safe ways. There are safe
See,
ways
that's
to
the thing.
crunch.
Why don't they want to eat candy dice?
Why don't
Because you can crunch candy. You can crunch candy dice, but the crunch is about the allure of the forbidden candy.
this is why Adam and Eve got out of the Garden of Eden. Right
Can we
here.
agree
Right
though
here.
that you should not crunch random dice that you find in the middle of a pandemic? They should be your dice, and you should sanitize them first.
Oh, absolutely. Only
How
crunch
about
your
you
dice.
just don't crunch?
Once you don't eat
At
plastic.
all.
Yeah, just
How about you
don't.
just let people be happy, Noir?
No.
You, because
Bella, just
because
let me enjoy my
stupid
life.
people exist.
Never.
Okay.
Melodic tritone. If you choose to crunch irresponsibly, I am not held liable for the things that happen.
True. That's a good point.
These are the same arguments that people make for Tide Pods.
I want you all know, Rowan, I want you to know that you are presenting alternative facts, and you have to live with that. You have to live that you
I'm
are.
not.
You are, and you just,
just-
live with that. No, it's fine. It's
I'm
cool.
just
You
trying
can
to
be-
sit
Don't
here
impede
and
upon
live.
my freedom
live
to eat
my-
Tide Pods responsibly.
Listen, Liz.
I'm just
listen.
trying to sit here and live my crunchy life.
I-
And you and Noir
If
gotta
Tide
come
Pod not
in
candy,
and ruin
why
everything.
look delicious?
If
Like, you
you,
can literally take all the crunch arguments and use them from Tide Pods to see just how stupid this crunch shit is. And we're trying to save you people, and nobody's listening because forbidden candy.
I
So, B tier superhero or superhero.
Anyway,
Don't you
yeah,
fucking run
feature-
from this, D. You fucking coward.
I
don't call D a coward ever again. I'll kill you.
Go fuck yourself, Bella.
you
We're
can
on
go
the safe side.
I will
Fine.
get you to break, D. I will
if
do
if
it.
you guys oh, promises pretty thing. If you guys want to know who my favorite B tier superhero or villain is kind of, I kind of
Build a
You
whole
know,
brand.
little bit. So mine's easy.
I guess is Static Shock a B tier superhero?
Unfortunately, he shouldn't be.
Yeah, so it's gonna have to be Static Shock. Static Shock is definitely one of my favorite superheroes, and I'm looking up at the wig that I have right now for Echo. I'm just like, I could.
You could. You really could. I'm gonna need Kelsey banned for 69 seconds. Please, if we could.
Don't ban Kelsey.
Okay, I'll just DM her on Twitter.
Don't ban Kelsey.
Ban Kelsey. Ban Kelsey.
Ban Kelsey, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, is
Just
Jessica
no.
Cruz B tier?
Say that again?
Is Jessica Cruz B
Spider
tier?
Woman?
No, she's a newer Green Lantern. In the
Oh
last,
yeah.
like,
You're
4 or
right.
5
You're right.
years. Because I would have considered her B tier for a while, but now she like leads Justice
she's
League
main
Odyssey.
roster.
Yeah, I don't.
Because she
I would
leads
say
like Justice League
I would-
Odyssey now.
I would say so, though. Even still, I think like A tier heroes, people who don't interact with comics much, know them by name.
Yeah,
That was kind of the criteria that I was going by.
because I heard Jessica Cruz and I automatically thought, I was like, one, did you mean Jessica Jones, or two, there is there's this Marvel character that took up the helm of Captain America for a little bit, but I don't
Oh.
remember her name, and I thought that's what her name was.
Oh.
I know who you're talking
Are you
about.
talking about Luke Cage's daughter when she became
No.
Yeah,
Captain America?
I think
Oh.
so.
Yeah.
Is there another female character that
I mean-
became Captain America?
American Dream.
Well, I mean,
Luke Cage's
Miss
daughter.
America is America Chavez.
America Chavez. That's who I was thinking of. America Chavez.
Oh, okay.
Luke Cage's daughter's name is Danielle Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has been Captain America before. Also, Shannon Carter. Shannon Carter.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shannon Carter.
Maybe.
Yeah, Shannon Carter.
I didn't want to just say Green Lantern because there's 20
So
million of them.
9 million of them. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so going by D's criteria, then is John Constantine a B-list superhero?
I'd say yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'd
Okay,
say-
then John
I'd say
Constantine,
yeah.
because he's
Sharon
just
Carter.
straight up my.
I feel
Because
I
he's
feel like
straight up my
anyone-
favorite
I feel
hero.
like if you name anyone on Legends of Tomorrow, they are a B tier.
That's a solid.
They are
Alright.
the B team.
It's just
Then it's John Constantine because he's the
it's
best
just
hero out
someone
there.
that like it's just someone that you could go up to someone who's like seen a couple Marvel movies and be like, hey, you know who John Constantine is? And they'd be like, the fuck are you
Cool.
talking about? That's B tier to me.
Use
Like,
me. I haven't seen enough. I don't even like.
Who's your
super-
favorite superhero, Bella?
I don't have one because I don't really like superheroes.
It's not Batman.
You
Does
don't
that
like
mean
Amethyst?
that's
Why
Echo?
not Batman?
It's not Batman. She
Which
doesn't
was-
know what smoke bombs are.
No, it wasn't. I actually hate Batman. That's gonna be my hot take. I hate Batman. I'm gonna say
Hashtag
it.
hate Batman.
I hate Batman. And so it was very funny in the game at one point. I said something like, I'm not really into superhero. Because you said something about Smoke Bomb, and I went, I just don't know what they are. And then you all went, I was like, I'm just not really into superheroes. And you all went, well, that's really ironic, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's, I'm not a big superhero fan. I don't know.
All right, so we did just get a question, which is,
I didn't answer.
can't we?
No, Anita.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
what the frick?
I'm a terrible host. Okay.
Okay. What was your? Did
Good
you already
thing
say your favorite B tier superhero, Noir?
No.
Who's your favorite B tier superhero? We can't keep dodging these questions. We got to keep this on track.
Is it Black Lightning?
No.
Okay.
This is hard. Like, okay, my favorite. It is the indie that I'm going to lean on here. My favorite B tier, and this is actually a D tier superhero, is there's a movie called Super with the guy who played Dwight from The Office and Elliot Page, and it's just this socially inept dude who just beats people over the head with a wrench, and he's just take that evil. Like, that's my fucking favorite right now. So yes, that is the one that I'm picking. Just, and honestly, I'm gonna post it on my Twitter. There is a speech he gives that gives me life, because it essentially is what every superhero speech boils down to, but it's done in such a sick, comical way that I love it. So yeah, that's my character. Anita, how about you?
Silver Sable.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
have one now. I just realized I can pick any superhero of anything ever. And I've decided it's Alex from Time Warp Trio.
All right. On brand. On brand.
Alright.
I expect nothing less and nothing more either. Here's a question. Do we have a question from chat?
Yes, we do have a question
Okay.
from chat.
Let's do the chat question first.
Okay. Can we get physical descriptions of everybody's characters, please?
Yeah, easy.
Absolutely.
Well, don't just say it's easy. Fucking do it.
No.
She looks like me.
can't.
Absolutely
But
not.
like a little hotter.
won't.
If
but like
you
a
want to
touch
see
hotter.
what Abigail looks like, check out Bella's motherfucking TikTok. It's
And also
at,
mine.
It's at sitting on a bitch, and AJ is at Husha Kid.
Yeah.
Husha underscore kid.
Underscore kid. Yeah.
Husha
Yeah.
underscore kid.
Yeah, I think we don't promote that enough.
The
We've
fact
got
that we actually cosplay on stream.
not only that, but we've got TikTokers like in our cast
Yeah, we
and
do.
in our audience. Crochetty Old Woman is also Kelsey's TikTok name, and you just gave our cast TikTok name, and sometimes they do TikToks about the show, and they're really fucking cool. So
I just posted my first one in cosplay today.
I was so excited. I was like, it's happening. We're getting
Yeah, I
it.
already have the duet record saved in my drafts. I just have to post it and
Nice.
figure out what caption to put under it.
So you should join us in the Critical Misses Discord, where I will post everyone's TikTok
Oh, I guess.
link, and you can check us out because that's cool.
Come
And
on.
follow us.
I suck
okay?
at TikTok. I have a TikTok.
All of us have
but I
it.
suck
All
at
of us have
TikTok.
TikTok.
I
Yeah.
technically have one.
Yeah, all of us have TikTok.
Mostly
It's
just so I
that-
can watch Bella.
It's
Fair,
it's,
on brand.
It's a thing. It's very embarrassing.
If
And
we
for-
get the 50 viewers for the next episode of Second City Saviors, we will all bully Anita into doing a TikTok.
I love that.
Agree with
Yes.
that. I'm here for
I
that.
support this.
We're here for that.
All right. So
Lower the bar.
retweet-
Don't even do 50. Do like 20. Make it so
I don't
low.
want to be me. I'm gonna pay for this later.
Listen, Anita, it'll be so fun. We're already doing it. Half of us are already doing stuff. Just join us.
So, anyways, Tay is.
Now, what do you think Tay looks
We
like?
can't keep dodging these questions, Noah.
Tay's got straight bangs, curly, kind of frizzy brown hair, very similar to how I cosplay her on stream. Freckles. Her skin is a little bit more olive toned than my own, because she's has a Mediterranean background. Because as revealed in last episode, her name is not actually Tay Getty. It's Artemis Mikos. But when she turns into her superhero form, she takes the form of a white deer with golden antlers that glows with celestial light. If Tay was a D&D character, she would be an Azamar druid with only one wild shape ability.
That's my motherfucking baby, y'all.
It's my cinnamon apple. I imagined Abigail. I was doing, because he was a guesting,
Like
so I
that.
had a very similar mindset of AJ, where I was like, I'll just make her look as similar to me as possible, because my partner's in the stream, and also all my friends are, and so they can just project on me. I always joke that it's a self-insert, because it kind of is. I told Rowan the other day, like, I was thinking about her core personality traits, and I was like, it's actually kind of like me, but if I turn the volume up to 100, and then just like left it there and let it reverberate through the room. That's what Abigail looks. So she is a Filipino little girl that is just like has dark bobbed hair, always wearing intense eye makeup, lashes. You can never catch her wearing, no
There we go.
like barefaced ever. And she's always wearing a cool outfit that's definitely very punk-esque.
Tay also has brighter green eyes than I do.
Ooh.
Okay.
Cassie has black hair down to about here, except for like a shaved patch on the side. She is decked out in a black leather jacket, one or another band T-shirt, ripped jeans, combat boots. Not, fulfilling any stereotypes at all.
No.
Um,
No
Definitely
stereotypes
not
about
see
Christian
someone
Minecraft
like this
server.
at Hot Topic.
Cassie's never been to a Hot Topic. What are you talking about? I don't know what that is. She has black lipstick and eyeshadow. She has a copper bracelet on one of her wrists from her mother. And then when she goes into a fight, she's not really into the whole costume shit thing, so she just uses magic to make her face blurry. If you've ever seen Doctor Who, she basically puts a perception filter up over her face.
Okay.
Hecatopic? Spoos?
No, it's Spencer's gal.
Because
I'm
her
gonna
name
say
is
right.
Hecate.
I love the idea that maybe Cassie is Hot Topic and Abigail is Spencer. Spencer's. She definitely spent a lot of time at Spencer's and just like she's just the worst.
I wish I could hand out
She's
bands
just
right
the
now.
worst.
Want to just hand out bands right now.
You
Just
can,
let
you're a
you
mod of
get
the
there.
channel.
Don't remind him. Don't remind him.
D, do you want to give your description?
Sure. Tucker's a wolf. GG. Talk to y'all later. Tucker is like he's like 6'2". He's got the build of a basketball player because he used to be. He has way less hair than I do. He's probably got like low cut waves, nothing too spectacular. He does wear glasses, but he doesn't need them too badly. These are my glasses for Tucker. Like he can kind of see without them, but he should wear them more than he does. It's probably something that Ma Green gets on him for. And when he transforms, he starts to leak black, almost oil-like substance, almost like sweat at first, which also happens if he's just getting mad and he's not already awake. If he's getting to that point, it's like sweat, and eventually it coalesces until he's this constantly like moving, shifting mass of ink that looks like a wolf but bipedal. Yeah, that's Tucker. His eyes are like a hazel color, like almost like amber colored. That's that boy.
That's my motherfucking baby.
I'm the one who kisses the deer. Hi.
Hi.
Got Echo.
I am the deer that gets kissed.
So Everett, he has this hair, of course, this luxurious hair, which is way more than my hair. He's about 5'10" because I always play characters that are taller than me because I'm gotta do that always. He is half black, half Puerto Rican, which is very much me. He has, I can never remember, but it's heterochromia.
Heterochromia iridium.
Yes, in which one of his eyes is a different color than his eyes are different colors. One is brown, and one changes based on the color that changes color based on the power that he pulls upon. So like for Tay, it'll turn to either a white or a gold. For Tucker, it'll turn to like very, 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 very dark to the point of pitch black.
Yeah.
For Cassie, I kind of imagine kind of like a red mystic kind of color, and for Abigail, it turns into like a purple like amethyst.
The funniest thing ever was at one point you were like,
Hi, Melodic
like,
Tricon. Thank you for that.
Everett said something like, I'm gonna have to steal that later. And then Abigail was like, what? And it never occurred to me that Abigail only knew about like everyone else's powers but like Echo, because she never really saw him do stuff. She just saw him like turn back time and pull her in, so she just assumed they had the same powers and was like, wait, that's not your power? Oh, what? That's wild. Oh, stretchy time.
Stretch time.
Rowan, this one's especially for you, hobo.
Heck and stretch.
Stretch. Boost, you should
Cassie-
stretch too.
Cassie's eyes are like a very vibrant green. I did forget to say that.
That's so cute.
I'm trying to think what else about Everett. Oh, when he goes into his power suit, I guess. He has a crop top window, which is very very inconvenient for when he gets punched in the stomach. And I mean, it's mostly like, it's nothing crazy. It's mostly protective gear, and he has his shades to kind of hide his eye changing color, so enemies don't really know who who Everett is getting his power from. Yeah, he's mostly decked out in like green and blue. Where's my mini? I have a mini of him. Where is it?
All right, you bitches.
Tay usually wears a red flannel shirt, a crop top, and jeans.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
The first one is a fun one. What is the most mundane thing your character has ever used their powers for?
I assume Abigail's all of her stuff she uses are mundane things. Like that's her MO.
Yeah.
She's the most non-mundane playbook of like she's like non-mundane, but is she not? She probably has on many occasions put teachers in a good mood just so then they won't like assign extra homework, and that's it.
That's fair.
That seems like Abigail, because then she thinks Abigail also probably doesn't have a concept of like what manipulation is. Like she genuinely thinks that's not manipulation. She's like, no, it's a manipulation.
What about you, Echo?
I'm trying to think because like he wouldn't be able to use it in like. It'd probably have to be whenever he's like with Madame Siren because he can't really pull from regular people.
Right.
So I guess like because Madame Siren, if you don't know, has telekinesis. Is definitely just kind of like floating things over to him whenever he doesn't feel like getting it.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, there's a brownie in the fridge.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Dope.
So Cassie, her like big magic powers, she almost certainly wouldn't use for mundane things. But Cassie does have like an advanced like she heals, just naturally just heals faster than most people. So while that's not like an active power that she would use, it would definitely contribute to her being just way more reckless in real life than a normal person would warrant. Because it's fine. If I get hurt, that's fine. I'll be fine in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Twist an ankle, it'll be healed.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yes. I'll jump.
Tay's power set doesn't necessarily lend itself to being used for mundane things.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't ever turn into a deer and run into the forest and
I mean, she
reenacts,
did use the deer power to jump over a tall fence.
That was
That was pretty mundane.
I
Little
love the idea
Mousepad,
of.
get the fuck out of here, thank you.
I like also the idea.
Oh, wait,
that you
AJ?
maybe-
What?
Do you know Lil Mousepad in chat?
What?
Okay.
No.
Nope.
I literally just looked up and I was like, what?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I mean,
AJ.
They
That's-
called you by name. That was terrifying.
That's
That's-
probably because it's on the overlay.
Oh, thank God.
that's one way to shoot your shot, I guess.
Yeah.
Haha, that person didn't think you're French shaped. Look at that, AJ. You're welcome now. Welcome to being a woman. How's it feel? Is it good? You like it?
Hey,
No.
I already.
Yeah, I love
Don't come
you.
into my channel and do that. You'll get the banhammer.
Better a hellscape. The most mundane thing that Tucker has ever used his power for is because Tucker has 2 powers. He's got the obvious one, which is the body mutation into wake. But Tucker can also absorb the materials of things that he touches and turn his flesh into that. Like think
Kevin Levin.
yes, yeah. Like imagine Colossus, but anything that I grab, I can do that with.
Yeah, Kevin Levin. Absorbing
The
man.
absorbing man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. But Tucker has used that on a basketball before to Space Jam dunk a basketball from like across the court.
That's so cute.
Oh, I love it.
My
So
God, did you
cute.
flubber? You totally
Kinda.
flubbered, son of a
Kinda.
bitch.
Yeah.
You totally flubbered.
Yeah.
All right. I have not a question,
Oh boy.
Okay.
Did,
but
Oh, what was
did D have a second question?
there was a second
Yeah.
I
question.
did. I
okay,
did.
go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
just cut him off. Cut him off on should.
oh.
D. I'm just kidding.
But
I mean, Noir. I said the wrong person.
my other
Do
question.
we all look alike?
My other question was, what is my question's long? Is your prompt a long one, Noir?
No, but it might cause some fighting among the party.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I'll do mine first then.
Yeah.
What is your favorite moment that the other cast members have had?
Ooh. Do I have to have been in the episode?
No.
No.
Okay, good. I have one, maybe.
Let's start with Noir, since you're the GM.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think you have the most objective. Like, this has nothing to do with my character, so I'd be interested to hear.
Okay. I really loved the intro scene with Everett, just in the bakery. And then I really love seeing how this fucking superhero resolves such an ordinary, mundane spat. You know, it's just like it's very much like putting Robin in one of those Karen videos and see what he does. So I enjoyed that. I know it's a small moment, but it was very informative as a GM. Like, okay, this is who this guy is. Like, it was just very clever. Again, the Tucker Ma Green moments I adore. I gotta, after trying to figure out his powers with Tucker's help was fun. He's still in that timeline. If he lived, he would not have believed you. Like, there's no way.
Oh, Tucker didn't believe it either.
Motherfucker
ain't got no motherfucking powers.
I have to say, I loved the scene, and this is one of my favorites with Damien and the Saviors. I feel like there was more conflict in that than some of the fights we've had. And I especially like how Cassie was not giving ground at all. Like, it was just, we're gonna fucking do this. And it's like watching an uncomfortable family dinner at Thanksgiving. Like, it's beautiful to watch when you're not in the room. So I enjoyed that. With Tay stabbing Cassie, I've never had such a oh shit moment as a GM other than that. Like, because I had it planned out. Like, okay, it's easy. Tay's gonna stab the big demon thing, and then there's nothing to consume. Cassie comes off the high, and we keep moving forward. Cassie got stabbed. I'm like, fuck. And then then there's a period where people were trying to fix it. It's just like, that can't be fixed. It's the one thing that can't be undone. Which again led to another moment, but that's another Echo moment, which is just the quick thinking with the dagger. And
Man, what a crazy episode.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
As a viewer, that was bonkers. Dude. That was a bonkers time.
And my favorite with Abigail is just completely dropping the ball on Madame Siren's last words to Echo. Just complete. Madame Siren had a long, thoughtful, like, I'm leaving you in charge of the city.
No.
I can die with comfort because I know I'm leaving it in good hands. And like, Abigail's just like, yeah, she said something. Like, such a piece of shit move that, like, in my head when that played out, I'm like, this is the villain. Like,
That was so hard for me not to. That was so hard for me to react to because knowing what she said and then what Abigail said was just like, how do
you parse this information?
how do I part this?
I'm so glad she's not dead. I was like, oh, good, she's not dead. That would have been really awkward if I really fucked up her last words. It's very.
So yeah, those are all my favorite moments.
I got my favorite moments.
That's here.
So with Cassie and Abigail, their scene is kind of together when it's them late at night and just being together and flirting and
being adorable.
Just being so goddamn adorable. That because one was the side that we didn't see of Cassie yet, of just kind of breaking down her shell with someone else that wasn't a savior at that point. And I thought it was a good character moment for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And for Tucker, I just love the Ma Green and Aster scenes with Tucker. It was most of my things are like, oh, we get to see another side of the character. Those are my favorite moments.
Yeah.
That we didn't get to see, and that like, yeah, Tucker's friendly with Everett and very friendly with Tay, but is like that was comfortable Tucker. That was home Tucker. That we don't get to see. Is like, I love that Tucker. And then for Tay, they kind of have to go together, in which it's the duality of Tay, that the first time when she interacted with Venatrix and took the spear out of her, Tay was completely scared and wondering why the hell Venatrix was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time that it happened, it was, okay, fucker, why are you here? And just that total switch
of I have no patience for you anymore.
For like, oh my God, why are you here? To, all right, come on. If you're gonna do something, let's do it. And that was the transition from being scared to I have no time for you was my favorite moment for Tay.
I have mine. Some of them are when I wasn't even around, but I really liked Tucker's moment in the lab, and when he just like slowly lost his mind. I was like, this is some bullshit. This is awful. It's a tie between that one or when he goes up against the professor and is like, I will kill you. I just think Tucker kind of, because with the saviors, he's very good lucky about everything. Like he's just chilling with them and like makes a lot of like remarks, and it's very funny. And so when he turns and you see like the trauma, you know, and stuff like that he has to go through and the anger as the wolf are very interesting to me. And I think it really shows Dee as an amazing role player. So I really love those moments. I loved Tay when she and Cassie, when Cassie's having like a really difficult time. This is like probably Cassie and Tay's favorite. When Cassie like broke the world and Tay like instantly goes to her and is like, it's okay, like we'll fix it. And she's like, no, I ruined everything and all this stuff. That back and forth was very beautiful to me, and it was very vulnerable and nice. And it almost made me ship them, but like I wanted Cassie, so it's very confusing. I'm a little biased, but I really liked. It's like accumulated for me with AJ, because it was like every moment of him being like very much like big brothering Abigail's bullshit. Like, okay, that's enough flirting. That's enough for that. That's enough for that. I'm putting you on a leash. And then, like, or like every time she'd be like, I'm not a part of this. Stop referring to me as a savior. He'd be like, you're a part of this, Abigail. We're in this together. We're in this. So, like, I'm responsible for you. Or like I guess his speech about like, I'm responsible for you. I brought you here. I'm looking after you from now on was very pivotal and interesting to me. So yeah.
Got mine.
Go for it.
So one of the best ways that I like understand characters is I like to try and figure out like what their mission statement is. And I think everybody so far has had a scene that sort of, to me anyways, highlighted that. For Everett, it was when he had to confront Madame Siren in the bank, and AJ and Noir, you were doing that like flashback thing to Everett's training, and the idea of like, I'm going to stand my ground, and no matter what, that's what I'm going to do. That was very intense. I enjoyed that a lot. For Tucker, it was same answer as Bella. It was Tucker in the lab, very firmly and aggressively saying no one else, and like wrecking everything, wrecking a train, which was like his way out, and like, and he did get out, but Tucker at the time didn't know he was going to be able to get out. For Tay, it was when they were explaining the hunt to us, and they're like, I'm going to die. That's going to happen. And every one of the saviors is like, no, it's not. We're never going to let that happen. And Tay was just like, sure, fine. But like looking at like Anita doing some rather spectacular acting, you could it was very easy to understand that was just Tay just saying that to end the conversation, because they knew that
It's cute
nobody,
that you think that that's a possibility.
Yeah, that nobody in this group was going to change their mind.
Yeah.
It's a little harder for me to pick a like mission statement moment for Abigail, because she has been around.
What? I feel like I'm really predictable and easy to understand. I don't know what you're talking about. Easy to pin down. The motivations are clear.
Yeah. I really enjoy the scene where she steals Everett's phone, because it was just so ridiculous. And it's like, hey, look, I can time travel. Let me show that off by pulling off the most convoluted and yet equally pointless prank possible.
I'm going to minorly inconvenience you.
Yeah. But like, not even really, because I just teleported your phone into my hand, basically.
It was too funny too, because Echo's just like, is so nice to her. He's just like, very cool, very dope. You're a savior. Like, it's like talking to a child. Like, oh, you did that. That's amazing.
I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it up on the fridge.
Yeah, literally.
Right here, where everyone can see it.
And then secondary shout out to Tucker and Tay kissing.
Smooches.
Did you like that? Did you? Because it made me real sad.
I did. I loved it. Cassie didn't, but Rowan did.
I think my favorite moment for Echo had to be like, I don't know. A lot of my favorite moments are honestly kind of silly, but my favorite moments were just the way that AJ was playing like overwhelmed Echo after the first time skip of just like, I have to
So
do
manic.
so many things. There's
like,
so
"Everyone stop."
much that I have to handle, and we're no help. We're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
No one is helping. Abigail was there to help, and she just made it worse.
I was stressed when everyone like left the table. I was like, what the fuck?
We're busy
Um,
arguing about honey mustard.
Yep. My favorite moment with Abigail was probably it's a tie between Bella's pantomiming, like finally getting to the diner and like being exhausted from running what I assume was like 2.5 blocks, like not far at all, and she's just like hand over fucking chest, like, oh my god. It's either that or it was Abigail's decision to not tell the Saviors that Cassie kept the dagger. Like, just being like, nope, that's nothing. Just, I think you said something like, just sexual tension or something like that.
Yeah, I loved Cassie's reaction too. She was so mad. She was like more mad that the implication that there was sexual tension than like
Yeah.
she didn't sell her out.
I have so many questions as to why
Right?
Abigail
Right.
did not.
And that's why I loved it. That's
For the
why I
chaos.
loved it. My favorite thing about Cassie, I'm going to give you guys a little spoiler chat. Cassie's my favorite character on Second City Saviors. My favorite thing about Cassie is like my favorite moment that they've had so far has to be when they went like full archangel demigod and it's like, I wield the power of the universe, take this eldritch being, and just like fucking whacking a giant fucking Lovecraftian monster with a hammer. It's pretty fucking dope. Selfish on this last one. My favorite Tay moment is the scream that came out of Anita when Tucker got atomized. Like, that's one of my favorite moments in general in Saviors, but like that there was so much behind that fucking scream that I love it. I have it clipped and it's on this channel in the clip section. But yeah, the reactions to Tucker just getting fucking Thanos dusted was pretty good.
You
Oh,
know,
God,
listening back to all these stories, I'm like, I'll put y'all through the ringer. No, go ahead. I just kind of
No
felt bad
shit!
for a second. Like,
Yeah, you,
maybe I'm a little bit. Of
We
a
say it
dick.
every week.
yeah, the first question that gets asked after every show is more, what the fuck?
I know we only play once a month, but we say it every week.
My favorite moment with Echo is the monologuing after Professor Afton was down.
When Echo was the only one in the room left, and
No one
Echo's
else
like
around.
still making quips
Still
and shit.
quipping.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
it's pretty
was
good.
So good.
that was
Pretty good.
so funny.
It was so good. My favorite moment with Cassie, the interaction with Mrs. Jackson on the rooftop. Like that told me everything that I need to know about Cassie in that moment. It's like, I don't have time for you, but thank you for the food. My favorite moment with Abigail, the fact that the repeating I'm Abigail, but not answering any of the questions that are put, like who is this and what is your name are two different questions. But I'm Abigail. I don't know how many more times I need to tell you. I'm Abigail. Okay?
Just loved
What
it because
else?
none of you expanded enough on who are you, so that I was like, good, never expand. As long as you keep using that exact phrasing, I can keep doing this bit. Thank you so much. You are all a blessing.
My favorite Tucker moment is the moment with Solomon in the temple or the Chapel on the Rock, where it's the call and response between Noir and Dee. It's the they are sleeping now, but when they wake,
it's like, oh, you just said the magic
words. Yeah. That one or they're fucking children. Yeah. That one's good. That whole scene to me is just like that. If you had to distill characters into one scene, like if you could only show someone who's never watched the show before one scene, for Cassie it's the interaction with Mrs. Jackson. For Tucker, it's that whole scene in the temple when he's talking with Solomon. And then the corny quipping after the guy's already down and there's no one else around is just like because you never think of how ridiculous that is in comics.
I love and Abigail too is funny because she's not the straight man in any situation. Like no one would ever say Abigail's the straight man, but her going, is he always like this? Is this like his
does he always make these puns?
And everyone's like, and then everyone going, it's fine, it's cool, it's fine, he can do what he likes, and she's like, this is fucking weird. Y'all are weird.
And because I want to make sure that everybody gets shown a little bit of love, my favorite Noir moment as a GM is Crimson's monologue for the first episode.
I almost did that, and I was like, no one else did that. I'm not going to be the only one who comes up with the GM moment, because then everyone else is going to feel like they have to come up with the GM moment.
Nope. Not me. I don't have that filter.
I'm holding my GM moment because I know you have a cool backstory that I'm going to be really proud of and excited and cry. And so that you did my character justice. So I'm going to hold my favorite DM moment.
My favorite / what the fuck noir moment was when you freaking just gave me my mentor back and then you just took her away again. And I was just like, God fucking damn it. I just got her back. And now she's gone again. Great.
Mine is that whole scene where the apocalypse happens. Mm-hmm. Like literally Solomon has the powers of eternity. And like I was gonna say 90, but honestly Echo was still alive, so I was like, maybe not. But I was like, when Tucker got dusted, I was like, okay, I will roll a new character.
Barely
like, I know, but that when you did that, I was like, there goes fucking Echo again, like just defying all odds and logic. Another fucking nailed roll, saving the day again. Like
that's how I felt when Cassie got stabbed.
Honestly,
I was like, all right, I'll make a new character now.
Yep.
Honestly, I thought that was game. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a slight chance Michael could have interfered, but for the most part, that was gonna be game. But again, Echo just would not go down.
Just can't do it. It's not in his quit is not in his DNA.
My favorite GM moment was when Echo got, the powers of eternity and whatnot, and Cassie is dead and everything sucked. And I think I rewatched it, and AJ's exact words where I want to reverse it. And that's such a vague sentence. Such a vague sentiment. And Noir's immediate reaction, and there's no hesitation, was, oh, okay, send them back in time. And he just drops into the diner waitress's voice.
Yo, can I be selfish real quick?
Yeah.
I adore that moment. My favorite part of that moment is that I also I love watching that back because it's how in tune me and Noir are. Like I immediately drop into like, he can have whatever dipping sauce he wants, because I was like,
perfect.
Okay.
That's my favorite too. That's
perfect.
Awesome.
And funny enough, Kelsey just mentioned that scene as well.
Yeah.
No one asked what my favorite GM moment was the first time when you all went back in time with Noir with absolutely no explanation. It just started being the diner lady again.
That was bonkers.
Yep.
I mean, I figure I don't have to explain things to y'all. Y'all smart enough to pick it up, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Smoke bombs. You know, it's just they're hard. They're really difficult.
No,
Did you
they're
want to get
not.
to that chat question?
Yeah. What would it take to be a villain?
Well, I think that's what the second half of season 2 is about.
Yeah, we'll
Or
find
season
out.
1.
What do
Is
you
it
think?
not?
Right?
Let's
Yeah,
pitch.
tell me about it. Speaking as Tucker currently,
Yeah.
a
Ignoring what
lot.
Noir said earlier, because he
A
gave us a
lot.
lot of hints.
A lot. Ma Green is very, very, very deeply ingrained in Tucker as a moral standpoint. I think Tucker probably has the proclivity to go too far, more so than anyone else in the party. Probably like more so than like Cassie would be probably the next closest. But any time that Tucker has just wanted to let Wake just completely wash over him and just destroy everything around him or whomever he puts his hands on, it's Ma Green is the only thing stopping that. It's slowly also become Tay, but in that character's purest form, it's Ma Green is the one who stops Tucker from taking the eye of a world who took his eye. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's in my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is that Ma Green always taught Tucker that an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. That's one of her biggest lessons is gotta let shit go.
I think. I don't know.
I feel like. So I've been thinking about this for a little bit.
Is Ma Green Tucker's Uncle Ben?
Ooh.
Yeah, but she better not be dead.
I think for Echo to go bad, because when we went back in time and we saw each other, we saw ourselves.
Mhm.
I told myself that she's alive, and I think I also said to him, you can save her.
Mm.
And I think what would have made him turn bad is if the bank battle happened and he didn't save her. And the rest of the team ended up either really injuring her or killing her. I think that would have made Echo felt betrayed and also extremely helpless. And I think that I don't know if that would be the extreme turning point, but that would definitely be like the first bomb that hits in his head, and it's like, because then the words that she was saying would be in his mind, even though he knows that she is wrong, he would still be thinking about it and stuff. I think that probably would have been the starting point for him to turn to villainy.
So for Cassie, it would never be a methodical thing, because Cassie is not, as much as she is loath to admit it, Cassie is not driven by her brain, she's driven by her heart. And she cares very deeply for everyone in this group, for every one of the saviors, especially Tay. And Cassie would have like dedicated herself to finding a way to save her. And if they came to a situation where like imminently that wasn't possible. Not like a, not like a, oh no, it's never gonna happen. But like in this moment, something needs to be done. Anything needs to be done, or Tay's gonna die. Then I think that is what it would have taken to. She would have Cassie would have snapped almost like, fuck it. She's more important than me.
You'll deal with the
I'll be
consequences.
Yep. More or less.
Tay's pretty easy. If something were to happen and one of the party members were to get killed on Tay's watch, not like through her own actions, but if Tay were to bring Venetrix's sword down on someone else, like Tucker, easy answer, easy dub. The minute that something that Tay does causes another person, Tay's fine with her shit. But if her shit affects someone else, that's enough. Done.
Well, too bad, bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's coming to terms with that because she realizes now that, oh shit, this thing is a thing that is happening.
We can take her. You already have. Easy.
Fuck yeah.
So one of the interesting things about that I'm excited to see what Noir does with it is that is Tay going to be chased by herself now, or by being here has Tay brought her Venetrix with her, which also leads to the question: if that's the case, is your Venetrix going to work with you to kill the Tay that killed her own Venetrix? And if Venetrix kills Tay in that way, does that mean that Venetrix doesn't have to hunt Tay down anymore? She killed Tay.
Oh my god.
Cue the Charlie Day pointing
Yeah.
at
Exactly, yeah.
That's some
Yeah,
big
yeah,
brain
yeah.
theories going on here.
Yeah.
Who is Pepe
Listen.
Sylvia?
If Sonic is a god,
If he's
Sonic
not a
either
god,
is a god or can kill
kill
God.
God. And I
that
don't,
just reminded me that I have to record that.
T.S. Tarkus has never
Oh,
seen
no.
one of the
Here we
circles.
go.
Would you like me to ask what I was about to ask before now?
Yeah, it's,
I mean-
it's a thing that's going to make us start fighting.
Boy, here we go.
Yeah.
I will give you spoilers into one storyline of your choice, but you all have to agree on it, and the audience has to agree with you.
Okay, it's definitely
We-
not mine.
Not
Definitely
mine. Not mine. Don't do mine. That's boring.
No, not mine.
I don't think any of us want our own.
No?
So
One character or one NPC or one anything. Any
What about
aspect.
Saint?
Yeah.
What if we just decide Saint?
We use our one get out of jail free card to learn about fucking Saint.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god. Is it
Chat,
gonna-
do you agree?
Is it
Do
gonna
you
be
agree that this is
Saint?
the worst ever?
Oh my god.
Everyone's saying Saint?
Is it gonna be Saint? I was gonna say Tucker, but I'm fine with Saint.
Kelsey's still deciding whether or not she agrees.
Oh
Come on,
man.
Kelsey.
Let's see what Kelsey has to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Saint.
Did they live on Third Street?
I think that as much
All
as
right.
we berate Noir, we're all okay with
With Saint.
I was gonna say with all the mystery
Here-
and the
here's
bullshit.
the-
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
I like it.
It's
Yeah.
great storytelling.
I
Here's
love
the
it.
Here's the spoiler we're saying. The other saviors were in the car with Saint, and Crimson's attack went into completion. The saviors did not see Saint make it out alive, and they are functioning on the thought that he is dead.
Yep. Knew it.
All of Saint's gear has been co-opted by Echo, and Echo has discovered a few secrets that Saint was keeping close to the chest when he took over the Holy Shrine.
Ah,
The secrets that he discovered are directly linked to why Echo is now Crimson.
Oh.
interesting.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Is my
I don't believe
episode
that Saint is dead.
I just
is
realized
my episode 1 theory accurate? There's no way.
my brain just like made the connection now because you guys were talking about how corny Echo is. I was like, God fucking damn, did you just make me like cooler Saint? Did you just make me cooler Saint? Is that what you did?
I
Yeah.
have-
Unlike you aren't playing Rylan K, you're playing like Skillet in the car. You actually have
Hey,
fun
hey,
Christian
AJ.
rock music.
How can you be sure that Echo and Saint were ever two entirely different people?
Don't move your microphone away, you whore. I had a theory in episode 1. As soon as I saw that you had like a goofy, inept, oh, I'm bad at everything tech character, and we were facing a suddenly threatening tech villain, I was like, is Saint Crimson? Are they just the same person? Like, because Crimson,
creating chaos so that the other person can solve it.
yeah, to try and gain legitimacy as a hero.
Yeah.
Or just the hero is the front, and it's like, oh, I can't do anything, guys. So no one turns. If Crimson hacks
how their
into
mind is racing right.
if Crimson hacks into Saint's technology, I'm dead ass. I've had this theory for all 4 episodes we've played. If Crimson hacks into Saint's technology, no one's gonna look twice because it's Saint. Like, of course, no one's gonna question the fact that all of Saint's stuff is appearing under the control of Crimson. Of course, Crimson can hack Saint's stuff. Oh, Saint, you inept but lovable bastard, you. You know what I mean? I thought that for a while. If it came to fruition that Saint was Crimson, I would be proud in my predictability, I guess. God bless. God bless.
Okay.
There's
so
no
I will
there's
say-
no part of me that believes that Saint is dead.
Mm-mm.
I will say that is an interesting theory. It's not on the money, but I like where you're thinking. Is what I will say.
Here's what's makes me mad is that Noir completely cut off why Abigail would become evil. No one wants to know what would make Abigail be evil. No one's curious.
Yes, obviously.
I think what would make her go evil. She just made these friends. You know what I mean? And this is kind of based on being told that I was the leader. I was like, there's no way. Why would she become the leader? That makes no sense. She's the outsider. She just joined the group. She literally just figured out her powers 2 seconds ago. It doesn't matter like what trauma she went through. Why would she end up as leader? And I was like, what if something really bad happened and all of them but her died? She would be the only one who was forced to go back in time and be able to save them. And it would have to be all of you, because if it was one of you or something, she'd be like, well, I guess we'll like go back and we'll reverse it. We'll do something. Like we'd figure it out. But like if all of you were decimated, she wouldn't know what to do, and then like would go to extreme like methods to make sure that you all came back alive, you know?
I have a question because I want to know if I got this right, Bella.
Okay. It's terrifying start, but okay.
Abigail does not seem like the kind of person that's very patient.
No, she's not. She's not.
Okay,
That's the big difference between she and I.
right. So how do you think someone like that, who's naturally inclined to be very impatient,
Mm-hmm.
would react when they literally have all the time in the world and can do most things in seconds.
Yeah, that was a thought I had at one point.
Instant
I did-
gratification.
Right. Because that was a bit that I pulled at one point in the game where I said, like, she's not used to walking around because she doesn't have to. She just goes where she needs to go when she wants to go. So if she had the power of travel time, it would go to her head. I don't know. The thing is, I wouldn't think she'd be evil. Like, she'd have to, like, I feel like something would have to happen for her to be like, there's no other way. Obviously, evil
Right.
is the way to go. But she definitely would get it, like, have it come to her head. And obviously, as we saw, like, pretty much off the bat, she's not afraid to, like, you know, go after the savior's, like, hierarchy and be like, you think you're the fucking leader, I'll kill you. Like, I'm a weirdo. And so it makes sense to me that if she's traveled all this time and then comes back and demands to be the leader of the group, then I would get that. And if that's the case, then, like, I don't know how to fucking play her. I'm scared.
I don't think it's so much that she came back and was like, I'm going to be the leader. As much as I think she came back and Echo made an assessment. My whole deal is that Echo knows what's up. I believe Abigail would be reluctant to lead the Saviors.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It doesn't seem.
But I think being the strategist that he is, with some of the things that he's acquired, he understands that he's no longer most effective on the front line. And we just got somebody who is. Yeah.
Oh, I love Ryan's theory. He said that she may end up doing something that gets the others killed in her indulgence with her powers, then instantly regretting it and trying to fix things. Because that seems very Abigail. Like, making one little baby mistake because she was getting too into, like, yeah, look, guys, I can do this really. It reminds me a lot of, like, the Umbrella Academy. Like, 5 gets too into, he's running away, and he keeps trying to test his powers, and then he ends up in a wasteland, you know? And that does very vibe with the temperament of Abigail, who would just be like, well, whoopsie daisies, and then fucks up, and it's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Can I pose another question for the table, if y'all will allow? If you guys in the chat haven't noticed, I ask a lot of questions about really random shit.
It is brand.
It's good, and then you make connections.
Did you have a character that you were going to bring in aside from the one that you brought?
Ooh.
Like, did you have another character you were going to play?
Not originally. Originally, I came in like, cool, Cassie's my character. That's who I want to play. But I do now. I have backups in case something happens or what have you. But no, originally I knew what I wanted to do.
No, Noir picked my playbook too, so I just kind of, he gave me what I needed to know and what I was about, and I was like, okay.
Suggested.
No, you didn't. You were like,
I was like, I think you'll be a good delinquent because you're a fucking delinquent.
No, that's not what you said.
To be fair, either way, would you have picked something other than what you ended up with?
Fair point. Yeah, I didn't have any other choice. I was just going with the flow. The fun of the guesting.
I do have a question. I just want to make sure I'm not stepping over anybody else.
Shoot. There's a thing. There's a question that Dee asked about things that I didn't.
Did you have another character?
Yeah, I was gonna play Beacon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. AJ, did you have another character aside from Echo?
I think I was gonna either go with like a legacy or
Legacies are good.
either legacy or Nova.
Mm.
But it was after the whole stream that Noir was playing Avengers, and he asked us like, "Oh, what combination of powers would you want?" And I was like, "No, I would definitely want to be like a Taskmastery kind of character than someone that is like, oh, I'm super powered."
I'm not gonna give. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I will say Cassie was not always a scion. Originally, I was contemplating either Doomed or Delinquent for her playbook, and then I know it. Then I knew Anita wanted to play Doomed, and I was like, all right, I won't do that then. And then I remembered that Scion was a thing, and I was like, this is literally the character I've made.
Yeah.
It's ironic the ones you wanted to play were the ones that you're in a romantic situation with. Very interesting.
I am not at liberty to say what my backup character is, because when the character that I was in between Tucker and this other character, and I'm not at liberty to say because when Tucker dies, it's gonna be who comes in, and I don't want any of the four of you to know who or what they are.
I'd like to pose a question to D, which is, did you ask that question solely so you could flex on us like that?
Yeah.
No, but I did realize like partway through Echo's answer that it would be fun to do such. So.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I would like to know, because I had feelings, obviously, but then I get to leave, so it's not a big deal. But what was everyone else's reaction upon finding out, Abigail's the leader, and Abigail is the big bad?
I saw it coming.
Not entirely shocked, but still
Disappointed,
wounded.
but not surprised.
Are we talking about us or the saviors?
Oh, the Saviors is a fun reaction. Yeah, I'd love to know the Saviors' thoughts.
Because I was like, there it is. Like I was waiting for what Noir was gonna like come.
And the
with.
other shoe has dropped.
Okay. Gotcha. But Tucker.
Good to know I'm that predictable, you fucks.
Tucker.
Hey, I didn't see it coming.
There was no way that you were just gonna let Bella show up, be on a show, and just leave, and she walks off into the sunset happily ever. Yeah,
literally.
Here. Tucker's reaction is Tucker thinks that, don't ask me why or how, but Tucker's pretty sure it's his fault. There's no logic behind that, but that's what he thinks. So
I cannot wait for you all to unveil the story behind this other set of saviors.
Second City Saviors returns to Critical Misses January 5th, 2021.
What was, as AJ, it is interesting because I am your little prodigy.
Yeah, because it's going off of the same feeling of like Noir just took away my mentor, and now Noir just took away my student. And I'm just like, God damn it, Noir, you're taking so much away from Echo.
Little old me.
God damn it.
How dare you?
How dare you keep taking that? And that is why, like, I didn't want to contact my friend, because I was like, you're not taking another player, NPC character away from Echo. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let this happen anymore.
What was Cassie's thought?
Cassie is hurt. She feels betrayed. Because, like, you know, almost everyone in Cassie's life has betrayed her at some point. And there's a reason that she doesn't do the emotions. And, you know, she was like, you know what, fine. You know what, fuck it. This one night. I'll do emotions this one night. And look how that turned out.
Whoops.
So Cassie's just sitting there thinking, got it. I will never feel again.
I understand.
Cool. Let me put this wall back up real quick, and then we can talk.
Yep,
Yeah.
go get some bricks.
You're like, I felt things today, and now I'm never gonna do it again. Wow, that
I
was
will
awful.
go back to silently being in pain.
Oh, that's sad.
Some would say that you'd never dance again because you're. I'm not gonna continue.
Boot
No,
him
finish
out the
it.
Who would
call.
say that,
Boot him out the
Noah?
call.
Finish
Boot
it.
him out the call right now.
Finish it.
Finish. What were you gonna say, Noah? What was
Just
that?
go ahead, Noah. Just go ahead. It's a safe place.
I don't know. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it.
Hey, what was Tay's? Tay only has known Abigail for a little bit.
Tay, I think, in the moment, was more shocked about seeing herself as Venatrix.
Yeah.
Tay has got a lot of things that she needs to process, but she needs to make sure that her friends get out alive first.
Well, one of them, it's too late. But
Yeah.
I feel
Man,
you.
I didn't even think about that, honestly, but Tay seeing herself as Venatrix, that's gotta
Wild.
be like, yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. It was like a crazy thing after like wild thing after wild thing. Like each person we would like contact them and be like, oh, it's wild up in here, everyone. Like just checking in. My other self is doing something wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tay's reaction in that moment is knowing that, oh shit, that's me.
Mm,
What the fuck did I do wrong?
Mm.
Or
Much
what
like
went right? Worse.
much
what went
like-
right?
another character in another one of Noir's games. I want you all to be prepared for it because I'm not gonna role play. I'm not gonna worry about the character's safety. If Tucker finds out that someone has killed Ma Green, he will kill them or die trying to kill them. Those are the only two options. There is no in between. So, you know.
I have a question. If
Yeah.
everyone is answered, so just to steer away, let's say everyone makes it to adult heroing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you change your name, your hero name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have a
now.
whole Tucker's story is supposed to be about growing past Wake. And if I ever get enough advancements, I think I need like 3 more or something like that. And Tucker learns to stop hating himself. I know what playbook Tucker would change to, and I know what his new powers would be.
Wake becomes woke.
That's good.
He hates the name Wake. He didn't give himself the name Wake.
Yeah.
He hates the name Wake.
Yeah, I had to play into that with giving all the rest of them really shitty code names.
Terror. Oh my fuck.
Sliver.
Yeah, Tucker can't fucking stand it. But
Oh, also, welcome back, Faye. Good to have you back. Yeah, so we've had some spoilers. We've had a lot of conversation here. I think that we need to go out on one big as fuck question.
Also,
for
Faye,
me.
to answer your DM, yes. 100% yes. Do that thing.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I like that AJ probably doesn't know either, but he just wants to support, not don't worry about it.
I fully
Now
do
it's
not
all-
understand.
Now it's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's because you're nosy, as we previously stated. It's almost like last time when you said that you mind your own business, it wasn't true.
Mhm.
It's weird. It's weird how
Wow,
that.
I mean, you're doing such a good job of demonstrating how one minds their own business that I wanna applaud you for giving me that lesson, and I'll
Listen,
model that behavior.
I never said that I'm not.
How are
nosy.
we gonna stop the crunch when we can't work together for one whole show, Bella?
This is the thing, though. Here's the thing. If you did not step to me like this all the time,
I didn't
wouldn't
even fucking say nothing to
Nor
you.
Bella-
I was
Bella
trying
didn't
to
know.
fucking talk to
Exactly.
them.
First of all,
about-
you
So, did anybody get bingo? Did anybody call bingo?
Who's calling bingo? Who called bingo?
Thank you, Velvet.
I love
Crunch
it.
Crew for life.
I love it.
Shut the
so
fuck up,
much.
Rowan.
God damn
You can't make me.
I'm going to murder you.
This is your fault, Bella.
How is this my fault?
This is your fault.
Oh my god. Kelsey's actually making us a bingo card.
Very good.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Bella, I don't
Yes.
ever want you to change in any way, shape, or form, unless it's healthy and you want to. Like,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. I feel like we should go out on one biggest fuck question.
Okay.
And so I'm going to ask a two-parter.
Okay. But before that, can I do something? Horribly self-indulgent moment. Go. Favorite moment with your character.
oh, I was acting my ass off in the laboratory scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flirted really well with Rowan. I think Cassie almost for a moment would have switched sides and wanted Abigail. I thought I did a good job flirting.
Being God.
Yeah. It's a
That
good
was
one.
good. It was
Being
good.
a reluctant God.
Reversing time and also still being a soul and not letting go.
Yeah.
A tie between smooching Tucker and stopping time and getting the spear.
Mm,
The scene with the next.
yeah.
I
Okay.
love that. Thank you, Anita.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your two-part? What's your thing, Noir?
Ask you to be self-indulgent and give me a scene that you really enjoy.
No bullshit. You are lying. You are lying.
Wow.
You two are so cute.
You said it was a two-parter, though, right?
Yeah. And the second part is, do you think your character makes it out of the campaign alive, and do you want them to?
No. And no.
Well, you're the villain, so.
Yeah, well,
Wow,
I'm the
Nora,
villain.
did we just share did we share our brain cell again?
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
did.
cute.
We
I
did.
I think it'd be a satisfying. I just don't think it because there's going to be more guests on the show, right? And they can't all end up great. So I like the idea that she comes in, she's a big bad, you all murder her, and like Abigail just disappeared. She just has to
You're
die.
not
She
in for
takes
the
the ultimate.
redemption arc, though?
Yeah, okay, I'll say yes. Redemption arc is cute because then maybe Cassie can rebuild Cassie's trust in her. That's cute. So I'm gonna do it.
I will say this much about Amethyst. Amethyst was not designed to be the season 1 BBEG. Amethyst was not designed to be the season 2 BBEG. Amethyst was designed to be the season 5 BBEG. That is why there's the map. But continue.
So I can't. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
I would say no. No, I'd say yes to both. I don't want Tucker to die. And I don't think Tucker will die. And I think he's really, really, really gonna hate that he is not the one who dies if someone dies. But I want Tucker to go back to playing basketball and
Basketball.
strumming his ukulele
Basketball.
in his room.
I'm sorry, I just love the fact that Kelsey just got triggered in chat.
That's a redemption arc.
I can feel the heat from over here.
The answer to Tay is I do want Tay to make it out alive, and I know I have plans for if she does. But I don't know if she's gonna make it out alive, y'all. I mean, I trust Noira enough to know that if Tay does make it out alive, it's going to be meaningful and impactful. Like, I trust him as a game master and as a human being that much.
I will say, I cannot see a world where something kills Tay and Tucker also lives through said altercation.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like y'all don't get it. Tucker was this close to stabbing Damien in the throat, and that was in episode 1. And I was fully aware that this is like, one of the largest dark magical forces in the galaxy, and Tucker didn't give a fuck. Like it didn't matter, So it's
the sentence Tucker goes into the hallway and rips a fire extinguisher in half lives in my mind rent free.
Yeah, that is. That's such a beastly ass move. I will say this for the Tucker and Tay storyline: death is coming. Death is on the way. Obviously,
Oh boy.
one of them has to die. However, one of them is in a position where death doesn't really matter. And so they have to make the right choice when that moment comes. I can't say
Do not.
anything
Nope.
Do not.
further.
Do not.
No pressure. But also
So
no pressure,
that's
squad.
it.
No pressure.
Yes.
I don't think that Echo's going to die. I don't think so.
I don't know if he can. I don't know if
I don't
At this point, I'm just trying to see if it's possible.
Rob tried to kill him, and Tucker said, "Nah, I'm good."
Quinn just isn't in his DNA. It's just not there. Don't exist.
I don't think Echo is gonna die, because I think Echo has a destiny to bring up the next gen of heroes.
In my mind, yeah, I completely
Yeah,
agree.
in my mind, that is what I think Echo is going to do. But I would also not be surprised if Echo dies, because despite everyone saying is like, yes, we would die for each other in a second, I feel like before a lot of people have the chance, Echo's already diving in head first. It was like, no, go over there. Get out of there. Now, I know that they would most likely follow, but Echo would do his damnness to make sure that they don't.
I'm gonna say no on both. No, I don't expect Cassie to survive. I mean, she's already died once, so.
If
And
Abigail's
Rowan, who is fueled by drama, also thinks it would be amazing if Cassie didn't make it. Because I cannot, at this point in time, I cannot imagine what her life would be if she did make it.
Well, if Abigail's the big bad and she's powerful, you ain't dying anytime soon. She's got the master of time. Nice try, though.
Cassie, like Cassie hates herself and is more than willing
gang, Scott.
and is more than willing to die for anyone here. So if the chance comes up, then.
Ooh, boy, we got some broody folks, and I love that. I think that's as we got everybody,
Mhm.
right? I think that's as good a spot to go out on as possible.
All right.
But,
But
and this is completely stolen from 1D. You stand on the roof and you see your counterparts staring at you. One by one, they make eye contact with you. There's a holograph that forms the body of Echo. Not in a super suit, but instead a business suit. And he walks forward. He sizes you up and down. And he looks over to Amethyst. We have to do this again. Amethyst gets easier each time. Which one are these? Amethyst smiles. They're actually the ones we met. Tay walks forward and she flicks her wrist, and there's a spear in her hand. Well, this ought to be fun. I do love the hunt. At that moment, Wake comes around and is on her side. And in one hand, she has the spear, and then on the other, she pets Wake. And there's a fierce growl as the ink that drips off of him is also crimson red. Well, if we're going to have to do this again, can we at least make it fun? Amethyst goes, you can't make a game out of this all the time, Phoenix. And Phoenix, we did it your way last time. We're doing it my way this time. Run, she tells you. You're all able to scatter. And you see, just as you start to make it off the distance, Phoenix on the back of Wake. Wake has cybernetic legs that are forming from the drones that were used to formulate the holograph of Crimson. And just as Wake jumps off the building with Vinixtrix on her back, you see Cassie flick her wrist and black wings emerge on the back of Wake. There is a flying mech demon wolf hunting you all now. You can tell that this team is experienced and they know how to work together. The only flaw currently is that they seem interested in playing with their food before they eat. And this is where we're going to pick up. When we return to Second City Saviors.
Can't wait to watch.
That's January 5th here on twitch.tv/critical misses. What's our Tuesday PM slot time?
we're going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, we're on Tuesdays now, folks.
Here we are. You Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. I can't wait. I'm excited for chat to see if you guys remember at the end of the last episode, most of us got an advancement, I believe. And I got to take 2 powers from another playbook. I'm excited for chat to see what I took. Technically Noir too, because he doesn't know what I took yet.
No, not yet, but I'll find out.
Yeah, you will.
But
I can't wait to be in chat. Rooting for myself. I'll be like, yeah, get him, Amethyst. Love you.
And I didn't get to quit myself.
You all do have your location. Apparently, something's waiting for you at Navy Pier, which is what that map is guiding you towards. But that is our question, and that is our letters to the editor episode, which I think has been surprisingly fun. We've been on for about 3 hours now. We've gotten some really good questions. Let's go to break. No, let's go to bed. So with that, we're gonna start on the outros. I guess I'll start because I want to model the behavior that I expect. I have been your GM or your editor today, Noir. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as The Noir Enigma. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and SoundCloud as Noir Enigma. I am now GMing 3 games. I am GMing Second City Saviors, which you can now catch on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. I am GMing The Lonely Throne, which you can catch on my channel, twitch.tv/The Noir Enigma. That comes on at 4 p.m. Central. Love that game, love that cast. And I'm also GMing Cobalt Press's Kickstarter game, City of Cats. I believe that comes out on Wednesdays. Other than that, you can find me on LFM Network every Tuesday for Degrees of Madness. Me and a couple of puppets from the Perception Studios playing Call of Cthulhu. And Friday over on Chromatic Chimera. With Bloody Portrait. Love the Chromatic Chimera family. They're currently doing a fundraiser for Crohn's. So please, if you have the time, energy, or money, go ahead and donate. It's a great cause. One of the staff members over at Chromatic Chimera has Crohn's, so it's very meaningful to all of us involved that you do what you can to help out. With that, I'm going to pass the buck on over to you, Rowan. Last thing, hashtag stop the crunch. Go ahead, Rowan.
Thank you for joining us, lovely people. I have been Rowan. You can find me online as @RedWhiteRP. I am a writer, streamer, sensitivity reader, professional dice cruncher. Hashtag crunch crew for life. Tomorrow I will be on Everybody Crits at 9 p.m. Eastern for our bi-weekly game of X Millennials, an AU Mutants and Masterminds game where I play All-American boy Marcus Masters, who is bullied relentlessly by his classmates. It's okay, it's consensual. On Wednesdays, I'll be back on this channel for Under a Pale Cold Sun, an incredibly horny Vampire the Masquerade 5e game, DM'd by our lovely friend D here. On Thursdays, over on Chromatic Chimera, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I GM Olympus 2299, a Greek mythology-inspired cyberpunk red game where it turns out, even in the future, the real enemy is doors. And then Saturday, this Saturday is the finale of Mysteries of the Mojave, a Monster of the Week game on Chromatic Chimera featuring an all trans, non-binary, GNC, etc. cast. I think that's everything I'm doing at the moment, but yeah, thank you for stopping by. Join us January on Tuesdays to see Cassie be just so sad, just all the time. And then throwing it over this way to the fabulous AJ.
I am AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter as Husha_Kid. And the only other channel that, whether I'm here, is Misty Mountain Legends, in which we are playing a D&D campaign called Foul and Friends. Usually on the first Thursday of every month, we are doing that campaign and serving our duck god, Lord Quackers. Yeah, that's usually, if you don't find me there, you'll find me here. And I'm gonna pass it on to Bella. Hashtag Stop the Crunch.
Hashtag Stop the Crunch. I've been Bella. That is Boondoggles on Twitter. Sitting on a bitch on TikTok because branding is hard, everyone. And I have similar games to Rowan, so pretty much a lot of them you have heard already. I will be tomorrow playing the Moon's Masterminds. I will be playing an Asian character. As an Asian person, come for the cultural authenticity. I will also be playing on alternating Mondays on Castle Fiction, Action Fiction's channel, playing Castle Falkenstein, where it is very sapphic and very a lot of innuendos. Come and see the drama. And then on Thursdays, I will also be in the Cyberpunk game, where I play a netrunner / hacker who's just so good at acting, just really good at it. So yeah. Oh, also I'll be in the one shot that Emerald City Games, or it's Emerald City, I don't know the name.
Emerald City Game Master Guild.
Thank you. Emerald City Game Master Guild will be in the one shot. I'm currently in the Discord and it is very, very fun. I'm very excited about it. Come and watch. Oh yeah, I should throw it to someone. D?
D is above you.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
Hi, I'm Tucker Green, aka Wake. D asked me to come on here and do their outro, which seems unnecessary, but whatever. You can usually find them somewhere on Critical Misses. Oh, they're a voice actor, musician. They do stuff with the Emerald City thing. I can't remember. There's a one shot on the 12th this Saturday. On Tuesday, they're over on Encounter Roleplay, where they play Pharaoh Mason, which is a diplomat. I don't really know what that means, but sure. On Wednesday, they do that horny vampire thing. That's kind of weird. That's here, Critical Misses. And yeah, a bunch of stuff that they can't talk about because NDAs are a thing. So that's them. Can I go now?
Why the fuck did the rest of you do the character?
Because no
No.
one is as stupid as I am.
Because we're not creative enough.
Abigail wouldn't do the speech. She'd just leave. She'd just be like, this is dumb.
And then
No.
you asked me why she's the villain.
Welcome in, Raiders. We're just
Hi,
wrapping up, but
Yes,
welcome
so
in.
sorry.
The timing.
The timing.
Second City Saviors back live every week on Tuesdays. New time slot, 8 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Here on Critical Misses, January 5th, 2021. Mark your calendars.
We're so close to having enough viewers to bully Anita to do a TikTok.
Ah, damn.
So close.
So close. Yeah, so far.
Hate to see
Anyway.
that.
Bad.
Hi, I'm Anita or Panita or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere at Panita or at Critical Misses because this is my channel. So you can find me here most days. Wednesdays, you can find me here for... Really? It's not gonna do... Thanks so much for that raid, GoGG. We were doing a Q&A session just before we prime up for our next season. So you kind of came at the right time because we have bypassed all the spoilers entirely. But if you like the layout and like the setup, you might like our Masks game, that's what this is. We are going to start streaming it every Tuesday, starting in the new year. On the 5th at 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern. But if you actually want to check it out and see what we're kind of about, all four of our episodes are archived on our YouTube, including the most recent one, episode 4, Giant-Sized Issues. So yeah, that is me. That is my channel. You can find me here Wednesdays. You can find me here Saturdays for Morning Ritual with Noir. because we do a talk show. And our guests next week are going to be Darby and Harper from Chaotic Creations podcast.
Chaotic Creations.
The week after
Love
that,
'em.
we have Brendan Lee Mulligan from Dimension 20 coming in.
So that'll be fun.
That's
AJ
gonna-
did
What?
not know that.
Oh,
What?
you didn't know that?
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's new.
Hi,
The
yeah.
last one to know. Haha.
So, no shit, yeah. We
I
got
will
Brendan
be
Lee
asking
Mulligan
him
for them.
directly his stance on the crotch, and we will
Don't
end this.
do
once
it.
and
I
for
mean,
all.
there
Fucking do it.
was. They tell him to eat his dice all the time.
Fuck bet. Do it.
They tell him to eat his dice. They tell him to eat his dice all the time to the point that they got him candy,
Candy
dice
dice, yeah.
to eat it.
So
when
if
he-
anybody is Stop the Crotch, it has to be.
It has to be him. It
Oh,
has
we'll
to be
see.
him. Come on,
Dang.
Drake.
LM's pretty
Dang.
cool.
I
I
love
will-
you so much. Don't.
I
do
have to
this.
make sure that I'm awake for that one.
You know what? I will say right now that if Brennan Lee Mulligan is hashtag Stop the Crunch, I will give it up.
Ooh, clip it. Clip it,
Clip
chat.
it. Clip that.
Found a
Clip
way
that.
to end
Clip
it.
it.
Clip
Clip
that.
it.
Someone
No
clip it.
more. No more. No pressure. No pressure, my man. But I need you to deliver.
If Brennan Lee
Um,
Mulligan tells me to do something, I will do it. That's just
Yo.
how it goes.
BLM's.
So, yeah, morning
Crunch
ritual.
will
Oh, I
stop.
would save the TTRPG. It's all I have.
Yeah,
The
so
crunch
that's
will
the announcement
stop.
is that next Saturday on Morning Ritual, because there was no Morning Ritual that we could announce this on because I got bullied into taking a vacation. Our last show of the year, our last show of 2020, on the 19th, we are going to have Brendan Lee Mulligan on Morning Ritual. We're
God.
really excited. It's just going to be for the last half. The first half's going to kind of be like a retrospective clip show. But schedulers are a thing, and so we're going to have him on for the last half of it. It's going to be really
BLM's
exciting.
cool, but let's talk about Chaotic Creations because 10 out of 10. Love them.
Speaking of Chaotic Creations, they are part of the Lonely Thrones cast.
Yeah.
And if you are interested in seeing episode of Lonely Thrones, I've gone ahead and started another rerun, so you can hop on over and check that out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. With that, we are going to call our letters to the editor Q&A to a close. I guess we'll see you in the next issue. Do we want to raid Noir's channel since he's doing
Yeah,
doing
go
a-
watch
Yeah,
Lonely
yeah.
Throne.
So
Let's
we're
go
actually
watch
gonna
Lonely
raid
Thrones.
into the Noir Enigmas channel because then you can all watch Lonely Throne and enjoy it with us. It's the best D&D show, the only D&D show.
It's definitely 100% live, and also
yeah.
none of us,
We're totally
none of
there.
us like each other.
Eh.
Oh no.
So yeah,
Big Angie.
big heckin' Angie. We'll pop over to the Noir Enigmas channel and we will watch the first episode of Lonely Throne, which is we'll hang out and chat and take it all in with you for a little bit. But yeah.
Raid in there. The raid call is hashtag Noir Rolls. That's the raid
Okay,
call.
yeah, the
Oh, you
hashtag is
motherfuckers!
hashtag,
Don't do that!
hashtag
Don't do that!
Noir
No,
Rolls.
no! It's Stop the Crunch! Stop the Crunch!
Hashtag
Stop
crunch
the
crew.
Hashtag Noir Rolls.
The
Hashtag Noir Rolls is the raid guy, and
Yo! You know, people have feelings.
until the next
Yeah.
issue, we will see you all again. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Give it a second to read in. Almost. This close. This close. Oh shit! It's me.